This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning.
Oh, there we are.
It's broadcast time.
Here's your favorite pals.
Ja.
Everyone?
Das Ja.
Ja.
Das Ja.
Ja, gut.
Ja, good.
Good, ja.
Nice stretch.
I trust.
Huh?
I trust everyone had a good weekend.
Yeah, it was all right. It was nice.
My voice is a little shot.
It sounded, why, you yelling and screaming? Blackjack?
Blackjack! Yeah. Oh, my God.
Why'd you lose your voice?
Well, I yell and scream a lot at the
Borgata?
at the table.
Right.
Yeah. I was doing blackjack. Yeah.
Jimmy's mic's not on.
Jimmy's mic.
Try it again.
Is there a bad cord? Is the cord not connected? Over there?
Oh, Mars. What?
You would think.
Yeah. You move over to that one until he fixes it.
Beretta. There we go.
I hate using this one.
Yeah.
What happens, though?
I don't know.
Mars, what happens between...
Aren't these tested before the show?
Uh-oh.
What happens between the time we leave here and come back?
It's just a catastrophe, apparently.
Yeah, anyway, Jimmy's on another mic.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
No, just was yelling, what per usual at the blackjack tables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you do?
Extra loud. I did okay. I did pretty good.
You did okay again.
Yeah. No, I'm knocking wood here.
They gotta hate you down there.
Can only hope. They just keep hating.
They want you to go down there for the big loss.
Yeah, I know. They're waiting. I had like 8 people with me. We big dinners and stuff. So
And they take care of all that because you're
everything.
You're a whale.
I'm like
You're a Borgata whale.
I'm a whale.
You
It's
are,
like
though.
calling him downstairs, calling the butler, going like, "Yeah, I need 2 bottles of Grey Goose. I need a nice Malbec. I need let's get a cab up here and some Shiraz." And then the butler just comes up. Okay, clinkety clink. The big breakfast in the morning, like the big table in the suite gets loaded up with eggs and bacon and coffee and.
God, that's gotta be a huge bill that they slide under your door.
No, there's actually not a dime.
Oh my God, that
That
rules.
is called comped.
Well, a bit of some nice tipping going on, though, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, you gotta take care of the butler when he comes up right away.
Right.
You slip him some cash right away.
What's a good tip for a butler? I never know what to tip. I'm always afraid I'm going to under-tip.
I give him 100 right off the bat. The second he walks in the door, you give him 100, and then at the end, you slip him another 1, 2 based on how you did.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Another
It was,
solid weekend for you.
Yeah, it was fun. My brother, all my poker buddies and stuff.
Right.
We all were just fucking laughing our balls off the whole time. It was a lot of fun.
Good times,
Very
good times.
I like that Borgata. They treat everybody really nicely.
Yeah, we got very similar lives, man. It's amazing.
Oh, what
Oh, I was cleaning puke out of my car.
Jesus Christ.
And then,
Did you have a little projectile?
and then as my head hit the pillow, I heard she puked again, and that was all over her crib and clothes and pillows and stuffed animals and the rug, really nice rug. So
You have to get up there and
oh man,
you got to get up there and sop that up. Get those big pieces of puke. And
took a solid, hour to get that all situated.
Oh, wow.
That was wonderful. So
Where in the car? Like in all the seats?
everywhere,
Is it just everywhere?
everywhere.
Every nook and
Oh,
cranny
God.
had vomit in it.
And they just don't make car seats properly
boy.
because if a kid pukes, it goes like you said in all those nooks
Everywhere.
and crannies that you can't. I might as well just throw the car seat out.
That's you wind up smelling like after the puke is gone. You keep checking to see if you can smell puke.
Everywhere.
Lingers longer.
So very similar weekends.
Yeah, it sounds it.
How was
Very cool.
Virginia Beach, Jimmy?
It was good, but I want to hear more about the puke.
That's about it, really. I mean, what are you going to do? That's one thing that infuriates the hell out of you when it happens. What are you going to? But there's nothing you can do. It sucks.
Damn.
It's fucking the worst. But my own
Power
vomit
boot.
smell is bad, but someone else's vomit is like,
Is it all like soury?
Yeah, like you could deal with your kids' shit, but
Yeah.
puke is rough. That one I can't deal with as
That
much.
shit just lingers like sour milk.
It's rough. Really rough.
Vomit is a terrible thing.
It's terrible.
Like, it's one of my greatest, as much as I used to throw up a lot, like, and if I have to puke, I'm good at jamming my fingers down and making
Right.
myself do it.
Right.
Oh, it's the greatest fear I have is vomiting.
Yeah, I don't think anyone likes it, but there are people that really just will not do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is bad.
There have been some great mornings of going like, all right, time to clear this fucking shit out of me.
Really?
Yeah, just knowing that it's just going to add up to awfulness the next day. So sometimes you got to bite the old bullet and bite the old knuckles. And
You go in with your fingers?
I have to sometimes.
Aren't you too old to be doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for admitting it. Jesus. I can't imagine.
It's been a while.
I've done it.
Yeah.
But not in many years. Wow.
It's that one moment of clarity that comes through in an evening full of drinking where you're like, oh shit, I overdid it. Fuck. This means like the entire day tomorrow is gone with me writhing in pain in the bed with a washcloth on my head. Or, BWAP.
And how many hours does that take away from the hangover, you think?
Oh, it could take the entire hangover.
That's amazing,
out.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Now,
terrible.
Now, what's your technique? You go all the way in. You have to go way further.
Way back.
That's the key. People
Way
don't go
back.
down far enough.
You got to go way back. Put
They
that
get the
little,
quick gag, like,
No.
But you got to.
the little punching bag back there in your throat.
Yeah.
It goes right between your pointer and middle finger.
Right.
And you hook down into your throat.
Oh, my God.
And then wiggle your fingers a little.
And that's all it takes.
And then the second you start feeling gaggy, don't stop.
Oh.
Bleh. It's similar to diddling a girl. Don't stop when you think you're done.
You're hitting your own.
You're not yet.
You're hitting your own G spot.
Right.
They come hither.
Like P spot. Puke.
Wow.
I don't have to do that much work. I just got to kind of put the fingers down and move them, and usually that will do it.
Yeah.
Why are you doing it?
And if I feel sick, the last time I did it, if I eat something really bad and I'm getting that, like, oh, fuck.
You know it's happening.
There's something
queasy.
I ate that's really bad,
Right.
or I'm just, like, I got a flu or whatever, and I have to vomit. I'll get it up just to get done. Because the nausea is worse than the actual puking.
This is a wonderful way to start another week of radio, isn't it?
certainly is.
Sure, it's appropriate.
After that crazy week last week.
That was a crazy-ass week.
Overwhelmingly, the feedback was great on last week's shows.
Yes, very
It worked out
positive.
well. It worked out well. It ran its course.
Of course it did.
We finished strong on Friday.
By
and
Tuesday.
Yeah, it really did by Tuesday. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I love I guess it was Thursday when you were like,
I tapped out.
I'm
Yeah.
done.
I tapped out. I think it was Thursday, halfway through the show.
And we still had Friday left.
But then came on strong Friday.
Yeah.
We finished strong on Friday. Is there like something happening with her? Why is
Yep.
I don't
Bobo's
feel like
involved
doing the
in
bit
this.
today. I'm just going right for it. Bobo, what?
Yeah,
Bobo.
Fourth Street Lady.
Bobo, what?
Yeah,
Bobo. Hello, Bobo.
Lady died.
Bobo. Hello.
He just plows right
Why
into
doesn't? Why can't he? Bobo.
Yeah, I'm here. Lady
Can't Bobo.
He's the worst. Why do I
terrible.
talk to him? He's the worst.
It's terrible.
Bobo.
Yeah.
Can we start with hi? How are you?
Yeah. All right. Well, how are you guys doing?
I go hi, and he goes, "Lady Divers."
He just plows right
through.
into.
How about we have a little conversation? This is a talk show.
Okay.
All right, I'm hanging up on you until you do this
God.
proper. Regroup and calls back. Something with Lady Di.
Yes.
I don't know exactly.
I was
what.
hearing rumors and whatnot.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah. I don't know if they're true.
he'll call back, and hopefully we could do it proper.
Yeah.
I guess they found the plane, huh? It's pretty obvious now. Mm-hmm. They actually got objects. They got a boat very close to the objects. And they're about to confirm this thing finally. Yeah.
Spotted by who? If it was the Chinese, I'm not believing it.
It was Australian aircraft spots new objects in hunt for Flight 370.
Oh no!
And they're not gonna lose those objects anytime soon. So it's just a matter of taking a closer look. But
they don't know if that's the plane.
They're pretty confident. I think this is finally it. Yeah, finally.
They said that?
Yeah. More or less. More or less. Bobo's on the line. Hi, Bobo.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Beautiful.
Very good.
That's all I wanted. I want to feel like I have friends out there.
Like a normal conversation.
Right. See how nice that was, Bobo?
Yep, I see that.
I'm doing very well. I had a pretty, boring weekend, but well-rested and ready to go again. How was your weekend, Bobo?
That's similar.
Similar, just nothing too spectacular?
No, nothing too spectacular.
See, we're teaching them people skills.
Did you see UConn? They had a nice victory.
Yep, I saw that. I got some friends of mine up in Connecticut that make a big deal of the UConn.
Of the UConn.
And how do you feel about Wichita?
Wichita, I think it was a big upset. I was also kind of paying attention more to college basketball more than I usually do because all of a sudden, because Colin wants to win that bet that millionaire guy is going.
Well, first of all, he's a billionaire, and no one's going to be winning that.
No.
Everyone's out.
Something tells me Colin's undefeated so far, though, according to his Twitter. It looks to me like Colin might be undefeated on his way to the $1 billion so far.
Even though there was a huge announcement that everyone is out officially.
Right.
The last
Already?
the last guy's out. Yeah, no one's going to be winning, what was it, Warren Buffett's $1 billion?
How far into it are they that someone's...
We're down to, we're just about at the Sweet 16, right?
Didn't the top seed get fucking dumped?
Yeah, that's why I said Wichita.
Yeah.
Wichita was undefeated, and their hopes of a undefeated season of 40-0 is gone as Kentucky beat them.
That's always the way it is. You want to lose once during the year to get it out of the way. You want to miss once. You want to fuck up once because it's going to happen, and you don't want it to happen.
You don't want it to happen at the end,
when
right?
It's the end of the season for you.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, take that up with Mark Cuban.
Oh,
Why?
shit.
He says that's bullshit.
Really?
He hates when people say what you just said.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's good for
shit.
him. I hate.
I just read his... Where's this tweet? I got
Close.
What are we going to say, though?
No.
Did you write it down?
Yeah. It won't make sense. I'll tell you over. Let's just say...
Here it is. Here it is.
But it's reality.
Yeah.
It's the Daily News. They do these like sports tweets in the sports section. M. Cuban tweeted, "Which idiot media person is going to ask the Wichita State coach and players if they thought it would have been better to lose a game pre-NCAA?"
Oh, shit. Oh, my goodness, Jimmy.
I'll tell you the reasoning behind that is because when there's pressure. There are people playing these games, and you're aware. I'm not saying you can't be undefeated.
Yeah.
But you know that you're undefeated, and there's an additional pressure, I think, with being undefeated.
Yeah.
Every mistake is like, am I going to lose this? Is it going to blow Is this going to blow the streak? I think if you've got one, it just becomes a little easier to focus on.
I actually agree with you wholeheartedly. That's something that's out of your mind. Like, okay, we have a really good season, but oh my God, we're still undefeated. I think that plays.
Idiot broadcast.
I think that plays with your mind. Absolutely. It's like some weird panicky thing, I think, happens in your brain.
But again, maybe
Who
he's
knows?
right technically. Like Morton Anderson, I'll never forget that one field goal he had missed. He made every one all year, and the one he missed cost him the postseason.
That's the one.
What about the Patriots? They lose the Super Bowl after.
Oh, yeah, fuck. That's the worst.
I wonder if that had something to do with it. Who knows? Who knows? I feel like it's in your head, though.
Yeah.
Bobo.
Oh.
So Wichita State lost to Kentucky, so that's it for them.
Isn't it almost, if you're doing like this bracket thing, aren't you almost better off just finding out like a lot of the teams? Oh, there's no way to predict what teams will be where. Okay, that's why. All right, yeah. So you just guess, random guesses.
Yeah, there's always some weird, team that does much better than anyone expected, and there's always a few upsets. It's tough.
What was the score of that upset? Was it like a 2-point game?
I really don't know. Was it a close game? I have no idea. I was watching. I watched the UConn game. That was an exciting one.
Dude, I wish I liked college sports. I wish I did because it's so big.
College basketball is pretty. You could jump right on board. These games are pretty good. March Madness. So, Bobo, what do you got? What's the breaking news?
Well, the breaking news is that all of a sudden Lady Di called me, and I wasn't sure why she was calling me. I thought she had...
Bobo, and I'm not trying to do a bit, I swear. Are you on a cell phone?
Yes, I'm on a cell phone.
Can you call from your mom's house phone?
Busy making some call right now. But what happened to Lady Di was she got mugged.
Lady Di got mugged?
Mugged.
Yeah, she got mugged. Like, practically her entire purse was stolen. And for some reason, she still has the paper with the phone number written down.
See,
it's my number out of all numbers.
Still had a paper with your number on it.
Wait. So Lady Di was mugged.
And calls you.
And calls you because that's the only number she has on her? Why? Did they take her phone?
Yep, they took her phone, just about everything.
They took just about everything, and she just happened to have your number, so she called you.
Well, that's the start of a horror movie. You're mugged, and that's the one phone number you have. Oh my God! The big question is: do I call this person or just kill myself now?
What the hell? Are you serious?
I'm telling the truth here. She was saying she was bruised. It was she probably had lost everything, and she called me on Bill's phone.
How did it happen?
She just said she got mugged. My mom might have more details already. She was even thinking my mom could help her.
Help her how?
Right. How could Bobo's mom help Lady Di?
Yeah. She doesn't exactly have a big success history at home.
Sometimes you want to speak to her. Hold on, Mom. They want to speak to you.
What? When
did we say that? Did we say that?
We're part of this whole...
When did we say that?
I didn't.
Hello?
Bobo's mom.
Yeah, it's my first name.
Hi. What happened to Lady Di?
Yeah.
Well, she says she was mugged on her way out of a place she went out to eat, and when she got to her truck, someone pushed her against it and knocked her down on the floor, and they grabbed her bag.
Where was she eating?
She's at some chicken place in New Jersey.
Uh-oh.
A chicken place.
A chicken place in Jersey.
Oh, boy.
World Star.
Oh, boy.
I hope it turns up on World Star.
Yeah, it'll be like the fucking puppet from Saw seen in person. Its purse had no good contents in it.
Oh, my God.
A lovely makeover. I'm sure she was happy.
Yeah, she looked lovely.
Oh, brother.
So she was coming out of a chicken place because your phone's a little crappy. She's walking back to her car, and she got mugged, and they took her pocketbook, phone, money.
Yeah, she had all that stuff there. She had her keys in her pocket, and she was lucky for that she was able to get home. She did report it to the police, and that's all I know.
Wait, she reported it to the police?
Yes, she did. She said she reported it to the police. I told her we needed a report because she needs help getting back her license and her birth certificate. And apparently she's on a computer, so I told her we'll help her this morning.
So you're very involved with this.
Well, I would try not to be, but I know she's a friend of the show, and she needs help, and she didn't ask for money. She did not ask for money.
Oh, Wait, what was that part?
She didn't ask for money?
She didn't ask for money. I offered a couple of dollars. She didn't want any money.
So we got to call Lady Di.
Now we got to call,
And she talked to Dr. Steve, so now we got to get Dr. Steve on the phone. We were going to move on from Lady Di, but this is breaking news.
We're Pacino in The Godfather 3.
Yes, exactly.
We were out.
We were out, and we got
pull us back in.
Getting pulled back in again.
She described me, though.
Huh?
She did describe what the guy looked like. She said she was going to the police a description this morning.
Yeah, it sounds like a description of everybody that mugs anybody, tell you the truth. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Oh, no. So must have been they must have described the clothing then.
Yeah.
Hoodie, jeans, and sneakers. And she did describe his
Hoodie.
race, too, so...
Well, yeah.
Well,
Black male.
Right.
Black male, mid to late 20s, wearing a hoodie.
When you like to lose, just a black hoodie.
That's it.
Hoodie.
Hoodie's up for robbery.
Do you guys have a house phone? Your cell phone is horrible.
Oh, well, yes, we do, but I'm not going to do that.
Sounds like she's talking through one of those paper and combs that you used to go. You're talking through a kazoo.
Do you have AT&T?
Yes, I do.
How does that company still function?
I have AT&T. The service has gotten way better for me.
Has it gotten better?
For me.
We're going to, I don't know, we might be changing carriers again, but...
Yeah. Cool.
We're not going to have...
Well, Mrs. Bobo's mom, thank you so much.
Who am I speaking to?
Opie, Anthony, Jimmy Norton.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks, guys.
All right, Bobo's
All righty.
mom. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. We would talk to her more, but her phone is horrible.
Yeah, that is a terrible phone.
God.
We got to get Dr. Steve on the line. And should we call Lady Di's house?
I guess we got Bill's number.
Yeah, we're calling Bill.
So we can call Bill.
Right. Hello, Bill.
Who I think this is a big cover-up. I think it was Bill.
Lady Di.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, look, how are you?
Lady Di.
Lady Di, we sure didn't see this coming.
I'm not good at all. Hi,
Much
Jimmy.
like you.
All right, so hold on. So,
Is that Jimmy in the background, right?
yes,
I
Jimmy's
hear you.
back. So listen, Lady Di.
Yeah.
So you had a great week of radio with us.
Yes, I did.
The feedback was amazing for the
yeah.
most part. And then Friday ended, and we all had to go our separate ways. So first of all, what happened Friday after the show?
No. What happened Friday? I went over to this bar called Blarney Rock, and I had a few drinks.
Wait, where'd you go?
Blarney Rock. It's a bar.
Blarney Rock.
Blarney Rock.
Yeah, Blarney Rock on 33rd Street. I think it's on 33rd. So right by Penn
Tipped a
Station.
couple back.
How many beers did you have at Blarney Rock?
I had about maybe four or five.
It seems like
Four or five.
This is why we didn't want to give you any. Hold on. This is why we didn't want to give you all that money at once. This is exactly what I said would happen.
Yes, and she said, no, I'm not going. I'm going right home.
You said you were going to go right home with your money.
Right. I was going to go, but what happened was I had something to eat along with that. I had the chicken fingers along with the beers. Then I went.
Hold
home.
on. So 4 or 5 beers. Hold on.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Go ahead, Di.
Slow down. It's Monday. So, what was your bill at Blarney Rock?
Huh? What was that?
What was the bill? How much money did you spend there?
I don't know. Maybe about $40. Yeah,
She seems to drink. Hold on, Di, 1 second, sweetheart. She seems to drink a lot around that area because that's where the Port Authority is, or Penn Station. So
Right,
she seems to drink around 33rd, 34th. Like right before she gets on the train, she goes, "I'm gonna have one
Little cocktail.
And the next thing you know, it's 2 chicken finger dumps later and a half keg of beer.
With the rest of the commuters.
Right.
They have figured out those bars around Penn Station and Port Authority. All right. So,
the Blarney Rock is a good bar, and they're cheap over there. They are cheap.
okay. So then you.
Okay.
It's not the Blarney Stone?
Blarney Rock. That's the name of the place.
I think she's probably right.
It's a Flintstones bar.
Yeah, the Blarney.
Someone else had Blarney Stone. They went Blarney Rock.
Blarney Rubble.
Right.
That's the name of the bar.
We're in agreement. It's fine. So then did you jump on a bus to go home?
No, I paid my phone bill, and then what I did was, and then I got on the train and I came home.
You paid your phone bill.
Yeah, I paid my phone bill in New York. Yeah.
Oh, you went to like a store and just paid your phone bill.
Good thing.
Okay.
Union. I paid my phone bill.
All right. Then jumped on a train. Now where are we at?
And then I got on the train.
Yep.
Okay. And the conductor of the train did not tell people that are going to Elizabeth to go by a certain door. Okay, like you have to walk up a couple of cars, to go to the store. So I winded up in Linden. Okay, instead of Elizabeth, and
Right.
I had to take the train. I had to take a train back home. So that was another $2 for me.
$2.
I had to
$40
take
on
the
beer,
train
but she's
back.
looking at the $2.
So basically, it went a stop too far. She got out and turned around.
Exactly.
I think it's pretty close to Elizabeth. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, it is close to Elizabeth. Linden train station.
Okay, all right.
I was pissed off. I mean, come on, man. The lady should have said, walk up to the front.
Whatever. No
Whatevs.
one cares about this part of the story.
Even when you're right, you're wrong.
And I took the cab home. Okay?
It took the cat home.
Cab.
I took the cab.
Oh,
C-A-B.
okay. Sorry, I heard cat in there somehow.
Take the bus.
What?
I was too tired to take
Who
the bus.
gives a shit about this part of the fucking story? This is like Friday when you went on the after show with Sam. I wanted to drive my car into a pole. You wouldn't get to the fucking point.
I like the details. So then you took a cab home, and then what happened?
What don't you like about the bus?
Nothing happened after that. I stayed home.
Went to bed early because you got like 5 or 6 beers in you at this point.
Yeah.
Had a few natty ices at home.
Some chicken fingers rumbling away in her gullet.
Right.
Yeah. And then Saturday, okay, all this happened Saturday night.
All right.
All right.
This whole entire mugging thing happened Saturday night.
So you really did get mugged.
Yes, I got mugged. I'm telling
Jeez.
you.
Do you want to talk to Bill? He can tell you.
No. No Bill today.
I want you to describe.
We weren't even going to talk to you
happened
today. Yeah, what happened Saturday?
We need to know how this happened. And
I went to the chicken place on Saturday. Okay.
Hold on. What's the name of the chicken place?
Well, I went to a chicken place to get something to eat.
What's the name of the chicken place?
No, the name is not important.
What's the name of the chicken place?
Why do you want to know the name of the chicken place?
Because you got mugged outside the chicken place.
We're trying to figure out what neighborhood it's in.
All right. I'll let you know the name, but
What's the name of the chicken place?
why the fuck wouldn't she just say it?
Why weren't you popular at the Chicago Police Department?
She got mugged and we're mad at her. But this is what happens. What's the name of the chicken place?
Who are you protecting?
It's called Crown Chicken.
Crown Chicken.
That's why we
not
asked for the name.
KFC,
Okay.
not fucking Popeyes even. It's Crown Chicken.
Crown Chicken.
Crown is.
Oh, and they crowned you.
Crown is definitely a chicken place you find in a lot of
Right.
ghetto-y areas.
It's not a ghetto-y area. It is, well, that, I don't know. Whatever.
All right, so you went to get chicken for what? You and Bill? Were you bringing it home? Did he eat there?
I went to the chicken place to get, I looked at the menu. I was going to get chicken, but then I said, no, let me get something different.
Who gives a fuck? What kind of soda were you going to get?
Calm down, Ed. You had a great weekend. You made some money. Let's relax.
Yeah, I want to hear her menu debating before the mugging.
So what? You decided to get what over chicken?
Like a fried, what did I get? Fried whiting, a fish. I got fish instead of chicken.
Oh.
Fish at Crown's Chicken?
Fish at Holy shit.
I hope they boil the hell out of that.
Laughing how fresh that is.
No kidding.
No, but anyway, so
Probably rat.
I had my pocketbook.
What kind of fish do they serve at Crown? I honestly do need to know this because that sounds crazy. What kind of fish is it?
We're concerned about the food.
What happened to the fish?
What kind of fish?
Whiting. I just told you that.
But is it how is it prepared?
No, what fish was it?
It was whiting.
It's all prepared the same way.
I don't know what that means.
I have a trout dog.
Whiting. That's
Or
what
clamwich.
It's a whiting?
Whiting. That's what
They said when they saw you standing outside.
All right, so you didn't eat in Crown Chicken.
I did too. I ate whatever I could, and I decided to take the rest home, so I had it wrapped
Oh
up.
my God! All right, that's why. Okay, so you're sitting there eating.
Yeah.
Somebody was watching you.
Someone saw the zebra at the watering hole.
Somebody watched.
The hippo
Obviously,
at
they
the
were
watering hole.
watching me.
Somebody watched and realized, the hippo had a bad leg.
Is limping by the watering hole.
What were you doing at Crown Chicken that would have made someone think that maybe you were an easy target? Were you counting your money at the table that you made, or?
No. Maybe when I took out the money to pay for the chicken, maybe they saw the rest of it.
What'd you take out? Like a couple of hundreds?
They saw the rest of it when I took the money out. Maybe they overlooked.
Were you flashing some hundies? Were you flashing some hundreds?
No, I wasn't flashing anything.
How much did you guys give her? I wasn't here.
It turned out to be almost $400, I think. $400 cash on Friday, not counting all the money we gave during the week.
You know what, guys, please. If you don't listen to me, all right, I'm not going to finish the story.
You're right. You know what? You know what?
You fucking piece of shit.
She's right.
With your fucking bullshit details.
What do you mean you're not going to finish the
Relax.
story? We're trying to help you.
You're right, Di. We apologize for our rude interruptions and our crass talk.
So somebody might have seen you pulling out a lot of money to pay for your meal at Crown Chicken.
It could be, but I don't think I pulled out all that money.
All right, so nothing else.
I think I pulled the whole thing out, huh?
Nothing else at Crown Chicken that would have been suspicious.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I mean, let's put it this way: if I wasn't there, somebody else would have been the target.
Well, that's usually the case, yes.
Obviously, was waiting for somebody to open up a pocketbook, and it happened to be me.
Okay, so then you leave Crown Chicken. Now walk us through this.
Now, I left Crown Chicken, okay, and I was walking towards the liquor store. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I was going to get a 30-pack, all right? And, I was going to get something for Bill. I was going to get him a couple of 6-packs.
Can I ask you, is this the fame?
Go ahead, Di.
Is this the famous liquor store you've talked about?
Yeah.
Okay, don't name him. Don't name this place anymore. They don't take care of you.
Yeah.
No, they have nothing to do with this.
But they don't
Which
take
place?
care of you, so don't mention the name. But All right, so you're going there to get a 30-pack. And is this close to the Crown Chicken?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crown Chicken is about 2 doors down.
Oh, okay. So all right. So you're not going back to your car yet. So you go to the liquor store, and what happens?
No, I didn't even make the liquor store. The guy mugged me already. And then I called the cops and everything.
Wait, no, you don't just stop it. He mugged me. You go through the detail of the menu at Crown Chicken, but then you go, he mugged me, and I called the cops. Walk us through the mugging, you fuck.
We're going to do most of the talking. I'm trying to talk.
I know.
No,
that's right.
No.
No, I'm just trying to like make sure we get the details of the story. So you leave Crown Chicken. What happens?
I got mugged right there on the sidewalk.
Right outside the door?
Right outside. I was walking down. Maybe I took about 4 steps, and boom, 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 this guy got me.
What did he do? Oh. What did he say? What did he do? What happened to you?
Were there people around? What time of day was this?
Now we want details, and she won't fucking give
Did you have the potatoes with gravy? Go ahead.
What time is this at?
This was about 9:30 at Saturday night.
You're crazy. Go to a Crown Chicken at 9:30 at night.
So what happened?
What happened? He ran. He ran with my pocketbook.
No, what the holy shit, I swear to God.
Why does this happen?
What happened? How did he mug you? Describe the mugging.
He ran behind me.
Right.
All right, pushed me down to the ground, took my pocketbook, and ran the other way, the opposite way.
Okay.
Were you the only, let me ask you, were you the only white person in the Crown Chicken, or was it a pretty mixed place?
I would say I was the only white person in there.
Exactly.
But you actually just sat there and...
Except for the manager.
Of course.
So you didn't feel like uncomfortable at all? Or like you'd eaten there before?
No, I ate there before.
Okay.
I never thought something like this would happen. I ate there before. I mean,
all right, we heard you.
All right.
I'm not accusing you of not eating there before.
Yeah, so the guy, it was quick. He pushed you, grabbed your pocketbook, and ran. And was there any witnesses to this?
Yes, there was.
Who?
There was people outside. There were witnesses.
Were they laughing?
Yeah, no business being out at 9:30 and I get another 30.
Yeah, well, I know that. I know I had no business being out.
He has to be in the refrigerator. You don't need another 30 pack.
Yeah,
he's fucking drink.
Okay, that was Bill.
We now need Bill on the phone. Could you give us Bill for a second, and we'll go back to you?
He's not a very happy person, so I
you don't need it.
Why would he be? Look where he lives.
No.
What?
Okay.
Let us talk to Bill for a second.
You're not going to like this, guys.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Oh, good.
I thought we were going to move on from Lady Di.
I know.
But she got mugged.
Hey, what's up, guys? What are you doing?
God, Bill, sorry
doing?
to hear about Lady Di. That's crazy. She's out at 9:30 at night on a Saturday at a Crown Chicken?
Yeah. And it's not a good neighborhood at,
Of course not.
say, at nighttime.
Right. So,
Okay, you got the Maverick Manor there. It's all drugs, all lights, whatever. Okay?
Why would she go there? Isn't there other places to go to eat?
Well, actually, the reason why I'm really pissed off,
Yep.
she had 28 cans of beer in the refrigerator. She's fucking drunk. Gets in my fucking truck and drives.
oh boy.
She drove your truck?
Yeah.
And so she felt like she needed more beer even though there were 28 cans in the refrigerator.
Yep.
And then she gets mugged on the sidewalk pretty much right outside the Crown Chicken.
Like down, no, it's actually, I don't know what it is. I don't go that way. It's like a couple of doors down from the liquor store.
Right.
Man.
And I was sleeping. And, she does this all the time. She sneaks out. I know when she goes out because of my truck keys. I put them a certain way. I know when she goes out, when she comes in.
So she's sitting at home. She's getting lit up. And then she decides she needs more beer, even though there's beer in the fridge. So she hops in your vehicle all drunk.
Yep.
And someone sees her staggering around drunk.
I'm
They're
sure.
going to just grab her pocketbook.
Well,
And...
yeah, well, because you're an easy hit.
Right.
You're an easy hit. All I got to do is push you, you fall down.
Yep.
Push her, she falls down, you grab the pocketbook, and you're out of there within
Oh,
seconds.
my God, she is a victim, perpetual victim.
it's like blowing out a candle, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
What?
I love it.
I'm sorry, Bill. That sounds awful,
Big
man.
fat candle.
Oh, God.
Anything else you want to add to the story?
What? I
Right.
ain't gonna say nothing about that. A lot of them got dreadlocks.
A lot of them.
A lot of them have dreadlocks, huh?
Yeah, right.
Why,
I hear ya.
She really thinks she's got a description? I would love to hear Lady Di's description of the guy.
Oh, yeah. Let's,
Can we get her back on the phone?
can we talk to Di again?
No, this is funny.
Yeah.
He had a hoodie on with dreadlocks.
Dreylocks.
He had dreylocks.
Dreadlocks and a hoodie. And
Yeah.
Lady Di thinks she's got a description, is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, like I said, I don't know. She does stupid shit when she's drunk.
Well,
And now she lost her phone with all her contacts, and what a nightmare.
Yeah, and that's the whole problem. You know, she went over to your show last week, okay?
Mhm.
Okay? You know, I didn't mind that at all. Okay, she's going over there, whatever. You guys are her friends. She liked doing it, whatever it is. You know, she spent close to $500 going back and forth. No, well, maybe no, it was $300 because it had $300 in her account, which I put money in.
what? It's not going to cost $300 for 1 week of getting...
Yeah, it doesn't cost that much to go back and
Yeah,
forth
I
from
think
Elizabeth
I
to
think
New
she
York.
I think she was fibbing you because she wanted to stop and have a few belts.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Called alcohol. Okay?
Yeah.
right.
You drink in New York, you're paying $8, $9, $10 a beer.
Exactly.
Okay? And she was drinking the 22-ounce Friday pints instead of these 16-ounce, and you drink 4 or 5 of them, you got to be halfway shit-faced.
Bill, we're starting to think she has a drinking problem.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out.
Well, actually, I met her like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Where'd you meet her? The TB ward?
So you meet her 7 years ago?
Yeah, she was homeless. Took her off the street.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We remember that.
Yeah, we were...
Yeah, okay. I'm not lying on it. Whatever.
Oh, yeah. No, I know.
I got a good job.
Yeah.
I'm making a couple thousand a week. You know, and she lived with me and my buddy Jeff. We had a room. I lost my house. Boy, I ain't talking about that.
All right.
No, I used to get her, you know, a 12-pack a day, and that was cool. And she was all right. But when she got her father's money, okay,
Yeah.
she was drinking 36 cans of beer a day.
Holy shit.
36 cans
Now
of
we're getting
beer
to the
a day.
bottom of this.
Yeah.
Bill, there's no way she was drinking that many beers a day.
Want to make a bet?
No, I
bet she was.
Bet you kiss.
I'm just saying it in a way like I can't believe it, but I guess it's got to be true.
It is.
I believe it.
30 to 36 cans a day?
If you start at 8, 9 in the morning,
Wow.
probably very easy to.
No, that's late.
That's late, huh?
7, 6.
6, 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, let me ask you a question. Does she vomit in the sink in the bathroom?
Cool. Yeah.
So did you ever just walk in there and find the vomit in the sink?
Well, right now she wakes up every day like that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Sick?
Pukes.
Yeah, well, you know, I cut her down. She got her father's money. She went over the hill.
Oh, yeah.
And she went through that money fast, right,
Over the
Bill?
hill.
She went through the money fast?
About 10 months.
Is she displaying fiscal irresponsibility?
She went through 60,000 in 10 months.
No, it was 30.
Oh, 30. I think she said 60 at one point. Okay, 30,000.
Oh, she got 15 and 15. 15 the first time, and after the, I don't know, what do you call that shit?
I don't know.
Wow.
Just sounds like a disaster.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, yeah, and then, you know, I cut her down, and what she started doing, I give him money for a 12-pack. That's a lot of loud, or a 12-pack. Like when I got out of the hospital, her and Lisa were living here. I didn't drink for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
This is Kessel.
Why were you in the hospital, Bill?
I had a cyst on my pancreas.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was in there 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks.
And then you didn't drink for 2 years, and then you thought you were doing her a favor by cutting her down to a 12-pack a day. That's a lot of beer.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Why'd you start again?
That's what, 84 cans a week? Oh, my.
Why'd
And
you
that's
start
the
drinking
cut
again?
down? Yeah, why?
Don't give me, excuse me?
Why'd you start drinking again?
Well, it was my birthday last year, right? And I was barbecuing, having a good time, so I picked up a beer. And
Okay.
Really, I said, I drank this shit. I didn't like it. Okay? So anyway, it got to, getting bored. Okay?
Just bored, so little drinking.
Right.
You know,
All right.
I buy 2 6-packs in literally 2.5 days.
And then fast forward, you're back drinking pretty heavily again.
What, 3-4 beers a day?
Oh, that's all you're doing right now?
Yeah.
And then what? Di drinks the rest, right?
Right. All right. So let's get lady.
No, she don't touch my beer.
Oh boy.
All right. Let's get Lady Di back on the phone. I want to hear her description of the mugger.
Oh, a hoodie with dreadlocks. So you all got them.
Who's they, Bill?
What?
Who has them?
There she goes.
Okay.
Give her a couple of beers, just sober up.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Bill. Thanks for
get
some
her on
more
the phone.
backstory on this.
Yeah. Di.
Di, we got to move on.
Di.
No, talk to him.
Di.
You don't need a
I'll be
beer.
right there.
You don't need a beer that quick.
What?
She's grabbing a beer now.
She's got to get a beer.
Yeah.
She's a fucking disaster.
Take the ass out of your.
She's a
It's
disaster.
7:15 in
Okay,
the
I'm
morning.
back.
Why did you have to grab a beer? How many beers have you had so far?
Just, I only had the one. I just woke up a little while ago.
Exactly.
How about you start with a cup of coffee?
Right? Some juice.
Coffee.
Orange juice, water, or something.
Water.
So, Bill said you have the description of the guy, but he kind of laughed. What's the description
Give us
of the mugger?
A good description.
Right.
He has socks, okay? He was wearing a hoodie,
Yeah.
a gray hoodie,
Okay.
and he had blue jeans on, and he was a fast runner. So that's the only thing I have to say about him.
So they're never going to find the guy.
You didn't describe.
No.
You didn't describe skin color.
He was getting something for himself, okay? And the booth was taken. They only have one booth in that place, and I was eating at the counter until the booth was clear. So he must have stole my pocketbook.
Wait, you saw the guy? You saw the guy in the store first?
Yes, he was in there first. Okay, people were telling me he was in there with a few other people. Okay, and these people, instead of running after the guy, okay, because I ran around the corner. I'm like, where did he go? And he just disappeared.
Love to see that.
In other words, you couldn't see him anymore. He ran like a fast runner.
Right.
And everybody's just standing there. They're like, what happened? What happened? I said, well, what do you think happened?
We're
They're standing there like a bunch of jerks doing nothing. They're like, oh, I feel bad for you. Yeah, you feel bad for me.
What'd you want them to do?
Yeah, run after him.
They're not going to run after the guy. No one. Sadly,
They're waiting for their own victims.
no one really helps you out when you need them.
They just stood there. They're like, what happened? I said, didn't you just see what happened? I just got mugged.
All right.
And they're just standing there like nothing happened,
Well, in that town, it is nothing.
And well, they probably did not want to get involved.
You think?
I had a lot of witnesses, but
Probably. You're never going to find the guy.
No.
Well, whatever.
So what he got your pocketbook, your phone, how much money, what else was in the pocketbook? Oh, we went through the pocketbook, so we should know. There wasn't much in there.
Well, I don't know. My credit card, but I took care of that already.
Right.
Credit card. The phone, I had that temporarily shut off.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to get another phone probably today, right, Bill? All right.
Oh, Bill's going to pay for it.
Yeah, well, and now it's Bill's money that I have to count on. And that really sucks. Now, the money, okay, I understand. He wants money. This person wanted money for whatever he was going to do that night.
I'm sure it's help.
Buy books for school.
Yeah, books or helping crippled children.
I'm not going to speculate, but I really think it's going to be for doing drugs. Okay?
That's speculating. That's speculating. You can't say I'm not going to speculate and then speculate. That doesn't work.
Do you want to know the amount I had in my pocketbook?
Yes.
I would say over $200.
Pretty much the rest of the money that we gave her.
Because I really.
And I said this was going to happen. Maybe not a mugging, but I said I don't know why we're giving her all this money. It's gonna. I said it's going to be gone by Monday. Yep. I said that.
Yes,
you can pull the tape.
Way.
Well, we knew it would happen some way.
You're a perpetual victim.
Right.
You knew I was going to get mugged.
No, I didn't say that. I said you would go through all your money by Monday. I said it on this show.
No, I would have still had it. I would have still had it if had
You
not
were,
that happened.
you were down at 200. That's already half of it was gone.
Right.
And it was, and that was only Saturday night.
Well,
either way, that money was going to be gone by Monday morning.
You'd have bought that 12-pack and then the 30-pack.
I paid my phone bill in New York, okay? When I was in New York, I paid my bill.
Good thing you paid that phone bill so the phone could get stolen.
Right.
And then now all of a sudden I don't have a phone anymore. Ain't that good? Ain't that great the way it works out like that?
No.
I know. That's sort of what Anthony just said.
It's horrible. I'm sorry. I mean,
I'm sorry for you, Lady Di. This is horrible news.
I was sick all day yesterday. And I have to go through the insurance company to get another phone.
Well, you're sick because of your alcoholism, not because you were mugged.
Yeah.
What? Excuse me?
I heard you drove Bill's truck all drunk.
No.
Yes.
He said that.
Wait.
He said you got all lit up and then went out to buy more beer and you were drunk driving his truck.
I was ossified. I wouldn't be behind the wheel of that truck.
Ossified.
If I know I was not.
People think she's lying.
So you only had a few beers.
She's not lying about the mugging. That's pretty obvious.
Okay to drive, okay?
Okay to drive. Oh, boy, she's going to kill somebody.
A few people think she's lying. Now, let me think this over.
I'm lying. Why?
She spends all her money, but she can't tell Bill.
Uh-huh.
You're not lying, right?
What? What was that?
Some people think you're lying about the mugging to cover up the fact that you spent all the money.
I don't care what they think. It's the truth.
And what is Marion saying about this?
Well, Mary feels bad for me about this. She said that she can't believe that happened to me.
Exactly.
And I said, look, do you want me to come in there one day with a police report to prove to everybody, or mail it to you or something?
No, I believe you.
To prove to you that I was mugged?
I said no, I believe you.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Okay, well then you better, the people, it's the truth. It's the truth. It is not a good neighborhood around there.
Yeah, no shit.
And I was the target. If it wasn't me, somebody else would have been the target.
Yeah, maybe not.
What happened to the chicken?
There were people. Oh my God, man! There were people getting food over there. You're a white person. You don't belong there.
You're a white person. You don't belong there. He says. I like Bill. He makes sense.
Bill. Good old.
Yeah. What were you doing? You know what?
I was getting food.
You know, Whitey's always the victim.
Yep.
Well, I had no business doing that, yeah, but...
She had no business getting another money back.
She was down there trolling for dick. That's what she was doing.
Oh, yeah, some big black hog.
Yeah.
I was in the mood to get some chicken.
All right.
I got
drunk.
Instead, and then I walked out. No more money, no nothing. All I did was go home.
All right, hold on. Dallas wants in. Tony in Dallas, you're on with Lady Di. What's up?
There is no doubt that she spent all that money and she came up with a BS story. And probably within the next week, that phone will just mysteriously appear.
Uh-huh.
So, hold on. Stop. All right, go ahead.
He already said what he said. He doesn't believe your story. He thinks you made it up because you spent all the money.
First of all, where would I spend all the money all at once at?
On beer.
On beer?
Not at the gym.
That's impossible. That is impossible.
It is not.
Well, I was thinking, all right, it's not impossible.
You spent half of it on beer on the first day of the weekend.
No, God,
Yes.
no. I paid my phone bill $65.
60.
Okay?
And then another $40, $50 on beers. And then she jumps on the old train. I'm listening.
Listen to me. All right, I went to the Blarney Rock.
So
I had
belligerent.
a few beers there because they're cheap over there anyway. They're good over there. I took the subway to the Blarney Rock, right? Okay.
We got all the details. Thank you. All right.
We heard this already.
All right. If there's nothing,
A few beers in the Blarney Rock.
we got all this already.
Okay. All right, but I'm trying to explain.
We're pretty much done.
Blarney Rock over our head.
Yeah.
We heard everything.
I had chicken fingers because now I'm starting to get my appetite.
Well, where did you actually go after the radio show on the subway? What place did you drink at in the city?
No, don't do this.
Forget about that.
Took the money out of the till.
Remember, we did.
Was I annoyed with that till?
We did 5 days with Lady Di. You only did 4. Okay.
A domestic.
Bill is an axe.
Okay, all right.
What is Bill saying?
Oh, something about the first 140.
Yeah, that you drank away.
Yeah, you drank that away. That's when we realized maybe we should cut down the funds a little bit.
The what? Cut down what a little bit?
Oh boy.
The day we gave you 140, it was gone the next day. We started thinking, wow,
Yeah.
okay, maybe we shouldn't just be throwing money at her.
That was my fault.
Oh really?
Well,
That was definitely my fault.
Hey, what's the place you drank at in the city?
Huh?
What place did you drink at in the city?
I just told you, the Blarney Rock.
Oh my God. Blarney Rock. Oh my God.
You never heard of the Blarney Rock?
oh my
All right,
God.
with the Blarney Rock.
Where is it?
It's an Irish bar. And I know the people in there.
What, the Shamrock?
The Blarney Rock.
How do you know the people at the Blarney Rock?
I've been going there for years. Marion and I have been going there for a long time.
Oh my God.
All right, well, are we done with her?
Oh my God.
We know the bartenders and stuff, the barmaids,
That's great.
the waitresses.
All right, everybody. The janitor, the fucking guy that cleans the windows.
Yeah.
No.
All right, hold on.
Oh, no.
Sean in Long Island actually grew up right where Lady Di was mugged. If you're just tuning in, Lady Di was mugged over the weekend. We were going to move on from Lady Di, but
Yes.
obviously we have to see what this is all about. Sean, what do you got?
Or shit.
Hey, guys, is that me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, no, I didn't grow up there. I went to college there for 3 years, right down the street.
What college? What college is nearby?
Kane University.
Okay.
It's right in Union
okay,
down the
okay,
street.
I know where that
I had a
It's my university.
had a college house there for 3 years, right down the street. Used to go to that liquor store that she's talking about and everything.
Okay.
There's
ahead,
no
Di.
way that she's lying. She's not lying.
Okay.
This is the worst neighborhood ever. You know, those guys just hang out outside that store all day, all night, and they're just looking for people like her. I'm actually
Yep.
a white kid too, so they were looking for people like us, but we were a little smarter than that.
Exactly. She's just walking around like a dummy.
Yeah, she's drinking a Cheers here in New York.
Yeah, no, there's no way she's lying. They just look for people like us.
And if she's drunk and staggering a little bit, and her pocketbook's all willy-nilly like she is.
Open. The guy looked at her, saw the money, she's pulling it out.
Right.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
We never left our house.
She did everything wrong, I bet. I mean, everything you can do wrong, she did wrong that day.
Everything you could do
Everything.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, since 1960.
Instead of like maybe pulling out a 20 out of the wad, she pulls the whole wad of money
Wad
out.
out. Oh, I'll take some chicken. Slurring.
How do you guys know that? Were you with me?
Yes, we were with you for 1 week.
How do I know this?
You're
It's
not
bec-
an enigma.
She goes, how do you know this? Because you told us.
That robbed her was.
I opened up my pocketbook, you probably looked inside, saw the money, and I don't even know it, okay? I pulled out whatever I had to
All
pull
right,
out.
goodbye.
All right.
I have had it
I'm
with this.
done with her.
Had it with
Goodbye,
her.
Di. Be well. We wish you well. And take care.
Had it.
Godspeed.
All right, let it die.
Well, what can I tell you? I mean,
You've told us everything. You, didn't,
Right.
you won't tell us where you drank in the city, but you told us everything else.
Don't say it. Please don't say it.
I am bruised. My elbow
She's bruised.
and my knee is bruised.
Okay.
So is your liver, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah, might as well add that to the list.
Poor little fat apple.
Her weeping liver. It's weeping into her abdomen.
Yeah,
So-
it's building with fluid.
Who gets so bruised by getting pushed down?
Exactly.
I got bruised by being pushed down, yes?
So you got a bruised elbow and a bruised what? Knee?
Yeah, bruised knee.
All right. I hope you're doing
Not
well.
funny.
Godspeed.
We didn't say it was funny.
Yes.
That guy that did it probably was like, this has to be a setup. Like, this has to be a cop sting.
Right.
This is too easy.
But he's like, I got to give it a shot, though.
Someone twittered, O&A Blarney Rock.
O&A Blarney Rock.
Listen, I need to ask you a question.
No, we're not hiring.
No, really, seriously. What do you need for your driver's license? You need proof of address?
How about the ability to drive sober?
Yeah.
How about that for one?
Yeah, I would start there.
Take care,
I'm
Doc.
asking you a serious question.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I'm not the DMV.
Yeah, what the fuck do you think we are?
I don't know.
You need 2 pieces of identification.
Right.
What? Like what?
Bring your license.
Everything that, everything that was in your pocketbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Proof of where you live, I think. I think like a pay stub helps. I don't know.
A phone bill.
Maybe a birth certificate. That type of
I
shit.
don't have my birth certificate.
Yeah, you're gonna be. It's gonna be a problem.
A passport.
Right.
Yeah. Where's your passport?
The police report itself, right?
All right, hold on. I'm going to Dr. Joe in Minnesota. Dr. Joe, you're on with Lady Di.
Hey, guys. Let me take Lady Di off your hands for you. I've got a job opportunity for her.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Scared Straight?
Scared Straight? No.
Yeah, so Scared Straight is to help kids that are fucking up become better people. So we're going to use you to scare these kids. How would you feel about teenage boys changing your diapers so that way they see what alcoholism can do?
Oh, brother, please. Please, no.
Hey, I'm a doctor.
No.
I am a doctor. Not like Dr. Steve, more like Dr. Pepper or Dr. Dre. But I'm still a doctor.
All right, Dr. Joe. She ain't listening. Hey,
Unfortunately, we had to.
Yeah. I'm getting this from somebody. Ask her why she has so many liens and judgments against her. What were they for?
Oh.
Lady Di.
What happened?
Say that one more time. What did you say?
She had to take a sip. You heard that, right? Why do you have so many liens and judgments against you?
Liens and judgments against me? I don't know.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
But do you have them?
I'm just being myself, and if these people want to judge me, let them judge me.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. This isn't real.
Liens? Well, that's from the alcoholism and
lean
judgment.
sometimes.
Well, I am on Twitter, so you're going to get a little of that.
Oh, wait a minute.
Passing bad checks?
Proof of, proof to get my driver's license back. What about my checkbook?
We're not talking about that anymore.
Yeah, bring your license with you. You'll be fine. Done with this mess. We did what we could. Fucking won't stop.
This is why you just don't get involved in the end.
No, you don't.
You just don't, unfortunately. I mean, it's probably horrible to say, but this is what happens when you do try to get involved and help somebody out.
I already got proof of address.
But what about the liens and judgments against you? That's court stuff.
There's some legal things against you?
Right.
Like what?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. Maybe this person could give me a little more info than just that. Reliable source, by the way.
Lady Di, you're a goddamn mess. You don't want help. You're just going to continue to wither away.
How did you get home, considering the guy took your car keys?
He didn't take my car keys.
Where were they?
They were in my jacket. Thank God.
Oh, okay.
They were in my jacket, man.
Right,
Otherwise, those would have been gone, too.
And Bill would have flipped shit.
Wasn't that Bill's car?
Huh?
Wasn't that Bill's car?
It's our car. It's our truck. It's both of ours.
All right, it's Bill's.
It's our truck.
You drive it drunk.
I was not drunk. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Bill said you were.
No,
and that's why you left the house in the first place, to go get beer, even though the fridge was full of beer. You went out, and then you decide you want chicken. So you go to the fucking, you go to Compton for fucking chicken.
No.
Yes.
I want to get beer for the next day.
Beer for the next day while she's drinking beer that night.
Right.
You are a goddamn disaster. Oh, there we go.
Jesus.
Yeah, well.
Lady Di.
Yes.
Judgment and liens.
Oh.
All these?
Judgment and liens.
What is judgments and liens? There's 10 of them.
No, you tell me.
10 against you.
Public records, statewide personal search. You got a lot of judgments and liens against you. There's 10 of them.
10 of them? So let me know what they are, because I don't even know what they are.
Well, doesn't really
It doesn't really say.
Okay. Well, if it doesn't say, then, hey.
What does that mean?
Then it can't
People
be
looking
that
for...
important.
Yeah, she owes money to things.
Right.
She's, a lot of probably bad
You
checks,
from a long time ago?
credit that you didn't pay back, things like that.
There's 10 of them, so... But you have no idea.
Credit cards you never paid.
Apparently a lot from... Is that true, or...?
Yeah.
Apparently a lot from Capital One and the heating company. You're not paying your heating bill.
What are you talking
And
about?
Capital One, credit card, you probably chalked up a bunch of credit card debt and then just threw the credit cards away. Right?
That was a long time ago.
See, that was a long time ago.
She goes from, what are you talking about, to, that was a long time ago.
Overdrawn accounts at the bank.
Wait, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, what?
Okay, wait a minute. How in the world did you find all this stuff out?
It's very easy. It's the internet. It's 2014. People's information is available everywhere.
Oh, jeez, that was such... Oh, my God, I thought I took care of all that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
And what about bank accounts that were overdrawn? And
No. What? Bank accounts that are over... No.
yeah,
No way.
like you overdraw a bank account and then just never
We're getting what they are.
Yeah.
If you wait like literally 15 more seconds, they're coming off the printer.
Lady Di.
There's always another... There's always another layer with you, Lady Di. There's always something else.
Oh, yeah.
We go a whole week and you don't even tell us that you were in the Navy.
Yeah, you didn't even tell us that.
Well, I didn't think that was important.
She's in the fucking Navy.
An important subject.
And that you were AWOL. That you got a dishonorable discharge because you were AWOL.
Russ.
Oh, God. I just did not think that was important.
Shit.
Well, anyway, yeah, I was in the service. Yes, I was.
Yeah.
I was in there for 2 years.
And then they threw you out.
Oh, boy. Yeah, they did. I didn't want to get thrown out, though. I just wanted to...
Why did they throw you out? What was their reasoning?
They threw me out because I was... I was just leaving the base all the time. I had unlimited liberty, which is probably their mistake, if you ask me.
Wait, she had unlimited liberty, so then it's okay to leave the base.
Yeah, it is. You have unlimited liberty. You can leave the base anytime you want to.
So what was the... Oh, you were coming back drunk or something?
No, I wasn't a drinker back then. No.
Why did they throw you out of the Navy?
I just wanted to leave the base. I did not want to be there. That's all.
Why did they throw you out of the Navy?
They threw me out because I was AWOL all the time. So when I came back, they said, "Listen, we're going to have to discharge you." So they had to discharge me.
I'm just waiting for the records and we can move on.
Stock is dropping the more she talks.
Yes.
I was young back then,
And what's your excuse now?
Young and full of cum, right?
You're so much wiser now.
Yeah, all right, something like that, whatever. Yeah, no. But I really wanted to stick it out. I wanted to stay in there. But they just said, here, you have to go home. That was it.
You didn't want to stick it out. You didn't want to be part of it, really, if you're leaving all the time.
Yeah, I know, but I did not want to. I did. See, I was only 19
Here
years
it comes.
old.
I was just stalling.
Barely out of high school. Okay, I was out of high school.
Yeah.
All right, 19 years old. Okay. All right. Wait a minute. Hold on. I graduated high school.
Oh boy, Capital One. Here.
Let's see. We got some fun things.
Oh my God.
We're listening.
Wait, hold on.
Forget it.
We're listening. We're listening.
Capital One does not like you.
What on me for?
What?
Capital One.
Wow.
Petro Heating, Oil and Services, Crown Asset Management, LLC,
They're pulling up old files on me, Bill.
Oh, my God. Century Financial Service, Midland Funding.
Oh, boy.
E-Rock on the phone.
Huh?
Put E-Rock on the phone.
What? Why E-Rock?
Okay, hold on.
Now.
Huh?
Put E-Rock on the phone.
Lady Di, it's me. It's E-Rock.
Yeah, hi, E-Rock. How you doing?
Hey.
Wait. Hold on a second. Hold on. Why you why are you pulling up all this stuff on me?
I just figured I would do it because I have access to it and the NSA stuff, so I figured I would just do it.
Yeah, but now it's all over the air.
Yeah, I know, but I figured what the heck.
Oh, God.
You see the
E-Rock,
amounts?
please.
Are they all different amounts?
8,900.
The first one is for $9,200, Capital One. The second one is for $9,200, Capital One. The third is for $8,900 from Capital One.
Wait, Opie, you think it's the same one with interest just being added?
I'm not
I
sure.
don't think so.
I think it's the same one with interest being added.
And then the heating oil, that's for $700.
I don't think they're the same because they have different filing numbers.
Oh my God! Then there's Crown Asset Management for $3,300. Another Crown Asset Management for around the same, $3,300. No, it might be the same. And then Petro is another $700 again. How does this work? Then there's Midland Funding for just under $1,000. Then there's New Century Financial Services for $5,400.
You're right, Diane.
And then another for Midland for just under $1,000. What are you doing? Are you like opening up accounts and fucking around a little bit?
No, listen to me. Those accounts were open when I was working, okay? When I was working. And then when I became homeless, there was nothing I could do about it. I mean, it's so hard to explain.
No, it's not. You just didn't pay your bills.
When I lost my job, I had no source of income whatsoever.
Lady Di, are you also known as Diana Schmitz?
That was my... You have to tell everybody my married name?
What does it matter?
That was when I was married.
Okay.
That was my name.
So basically, when
What are you telling everybody this for?
when you lost your job, you couldn't pay your bills. That's all this is.
Right. You lost your job. You couldn't pay your bills.
But it looks like you're opening up all sorts of accounts, though.
I
I think you were doing some fooling around here.
thought I really...
You open up a new bank account, you get a little credit card.
Yeah, you use that credit card.
And then you move on to the next bank. There's too many banks involved here.
I'm trying to explain something to you. I already had those credit cards. I had them already.
From 4 different banks? 1, 2...
Credit cards already.
And then some personal thing here. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to say that name.
Why'd you have so many credit cards?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know. I had a lot of credit cards back then.
I don't know. And you maxed them all out.
Well, what do you know, I mean, like I said, I lost my job, and what was I going to do? I had to live on something. So, but I thought I took care of all that already.
Oh, yeah.
How? It's like...
Well, you paid off tens of thousands of dollars?
So it looks like the max was $10,000 per credit card.
$10,000 per card.
And she paid back maybe like the first payment, and that was it.
I can't. Oh man, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I can't pay these people. I really wish I could, but I can't.
Lady Di, is there one aspect of your life? Lady Di, is there one aspect of your life that you feel you kind of have you got right?
Well, first of all, when Bill took me in, then
that isn't you. That's Bill.
Huh?
There's not one thing you're doing in your life that you could look at and go, well, at least I'm doing this right. Nothing.
Well, yeah, there kind of is. I mean, I got a job after Bill took me in, and that was for a temporary agency, temp agency.
Years ago.
And I worked there for around 2 or 3 years.
How come when we talk about things like liens and judgments, you go, oh, that was old, that was years ago. But when we talk about jobs, you're like, oh, I had a job. That was years ago.
How funny is it that it's lean?
A lean.
Lean.
Yeah.
Nothing lean about you.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, I just...
hold on a minute. Let me just say hi to Ryan. Ryan!
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello. Can you just please hang up on Lady Di for us, please? The listeners everywhere want to get this over with.
All you got to do is ask. That's fine. All you got to do is ask.
That's it.
All you got to do is ask.
Bye-bye.
It's exhausting.
It is fucking exhausting.
We were going to move on today from the whole Lady Di thing, and then it turns out she gets mugged.
I was thinking of like the Lady Di from NEW days.
Right.
And what a mess we thought she was then.
Right.
She was fucking upstanding citizen.
Oh, big time.
Back then compared to now.
And then she did get a lot of money from her dad.
Yep.
And she obviously didn't use it to try to, pay back some of that stuff.
Just a waste. We give her a week of like kind of showing her what it's like to, get a schedule, wake up,
right,
do something, earn some money,
right,
and then she just fucking blows it on beer, driving drunk, walking around with her fucking head in the clouds in a horrid neighborhood.
just doing everything wrong. You could possibly do in one day.
Everything wrong.
Have too many beers at home, then start driving around, then go to a horrible neighborhood, to a chicken place.
Flashing some Hundies around.
With nothing but cold, hard cash on you. Like, what the fuck?
Just sitting there so the guy is sizing her up the whole time. Oh, my God.
I don't think you could do anything more wrong in one day.
Just fucked up.
All right.
Jesus.
There's your update.
There you go, people. There's your update.
Lady Di got mugged. All right. And I said it. I said there's no way she'll have the money by Monday.
And regardless
I
of
didn't
the
see
circumstance.
Yeah, but she did this herself.
Yes.
She could have prevented all this.
Of course.
I love chicken, too, but, man, I'm not going...
Going to Crown Chicken.
No, 9:30 at night on a Saturday.
Middle of the ghetto.
9:30 means, sun's down.
Right.
No way.
Do you know how good, though, Crown Chicken must taste?
It's gotta be amazing.
Fucking those places in the hood that have chicken that everyone. I bet that I don't know what the hygiene is there. It might be great. It might not be.
They probably laugh at KFC.
Oh, it's probably so good.
They probably laugh. Like you have no idea how good chicken could actually be.
Yeah.
And I do love KFC, but Crown's got to be so much better.
I haven't eaten KFC in years, but I want to.
That was my hangover food when I was in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Go on a KFC run. Get a bucket.
KFC,
some of those mashed potatoes.
It is, right?
Pretty fucking tasty.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Like
how
just
good
loaded
it is.
with salt and grease. It's wonderful.
Wasn't making a lot of money, but spent the extra on all white meat.
Oh, yeah.
Got to go all white.
It's probably not good for you. I mean, you shouldn't eat it more than like every other day. I'll have it like every other day, but I won't go every day with KFC.
Not every day.
No, be responsible.
Oh, boy.
All right, then. We're going to take a break here.
All right, Dan.
We certainly will move on to other things. Don't you worry. Is this, Guart? Hearing terrible news.
Yeah.
Just terrible. Is it true?
They're saying it's not a joke.
Odorous, who's done our show a couple times at least. He's done Red Eye, and he knows a lot of the same people we do. They're saying he's dead.
Yeah, 50 years old.
You kidding? Found him dead in his home at the age of 50.
How did it happen? I don't know if they know yet.
Dave Brocky, right? It was his real name, Odorous?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And what, the band's making a statement, or somebody's making a statement at 1 o'clock today?
I think so, yeah. They're saying that he, they said that, like, yeah, we wish it was a joke. You know, because people are like, well, is it a joke? Because, the kid, he's such a weird guy.
Yeah.
They're saying, no, it's the truth.
Seemed,
damn.
Pretty healthy.
Yeah, I don't know if he did drugs or not. I'm guessing just being in that band, you party, but I didn't know him well enough off the air to know if he did that.
Right. We just knew him on air, and he was definitely a very cool guy.
He was funny. And he was good on Red Eye too. I mean, He was really he was a smart guy. He always had an interesting angle. It was just hard to take him serious sometimes. And just dressed like a space monster.
That wacky get up. Yes.
Right. So I guess we'll know more at 1 o'clock today. What are they saying online so far? Nothing really, right?
Yeah, just that he was found.
Yeah, I read that article. I didn't see anything in there.
Yeah, they don't know. They haven't announced anything as to cause of death.
If anyone knows anything more, please let us know.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Ooh. That's two guys that have done our show in the last week that have died. Odorous and the big ball guy. Remember the guy with the huge balls?
Man. Wesley something his name was.
Yeah.
Right.
That documentary is fucking
fascinating.
Oh God, with his hoodie wrapped around his nuts, and
it's pretty smart
you know,
to figure that
what
out.
What are you gonna do, right?
It's really smart. Want to leave the house and got a big ball sack. What do you do?
As sick as it though, he's eating off of them. Like he puts a fucking little tablecloth on his ball bag and just puts his plate on there and starts eating off his nuts. It's so fucked up.
I just imagine if you poked at the pain, he must have felt it. Just a little poke.
Yeah. Doink.
And it looks like they found the plane, I think.
I don't know.
Australia and China spot objects in ocean.
That means nothing, though, at this point.
No, they're pretty confident about this one, finally. And they're not losing sight of this debris. And supposedly a ship's pretty close at this point, so...
You know what made me sad was they were talking to one of the family members, and they were saying, like, of course they're going to hold on to hope. It's just what you do.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, we keep thinking that we're going to see, like, a plane wing with, like, people clinging to it. And of course not. It's been 2 weeks in the ocean without water. You're dead after a few days. You know, it's the sad part is just what family members hold on to, you know.
And then you wonder if anyone, did survive the actual, crash for a day or two. You'll never know, right?
Oh, they will. Once they get that black box, they'll know. Once if they said it plummeted, you'll know nobody survived.
Yeah. And then they adjusted another fact in this whole thing. That there was no funny business after they what
communicated
was it exactly?
Or said goodnight.
Yeah. They had that wrong the entire time.
Yeah, they don't.
They
know
finally
what the
adjusted
fuck they're
that.
talking about.
Basically, there was no funny business after they said goodnight or whatever the hell it was. What's the exact fact? I gotta find it out. But
the two objects.
I mean, you can't blame people for coming up with weird theories, though. It's because it's just such a rarity that a plane disappears, and there was a couple of things that didn't line up right.
Right.
The communication, the turn. It was a lot of things that just didn't make sense, and all of a sudden the plane is gone.
Yeah.
It's like there was just some catastrophic event on the plane, is what it's starting to look like now.
Maybe someone rolled the window down inadvertently.
No, that you can't. Hold on. You can't do that. There's no window rolled down.
Oh no! Shut up.
Went all the way up to 45,000 feet, then all the way down to, is that 23 or 33?
43,001.
Right.
I wonder if let's say the communications got fucked up by a fire or whatever. Why would the pilot go up there? And this will sound very naive, but is it harder for a fire to burn at that height because of the less oxygen?
I wonder.
I don't know.
Like, was that some kind of last thing he was trying to do to maybe tame a fire or something?
Wow. That would be a hell of a move.
Interesting concept.
That's what I thought of. Is just why else would you go to that height consciously and not communicate with the tower?
We could book you on CNN because they haven't said that one yet.
That's true.
And then they could go in their flight simulator and try it out. Oh, God, I hate that guy.
Guy just...
Well, today we're going to try out. It's so realistic up here. You feel like looking out the window and looking for debris.
Yeah.
Do you? Oh, God. Have you seen the Flight Simulator guy yet?
Oh, he's all over.
But I was reading in the paper that this has been great for CNN. Their ratings have gone up ridiculously because of this. That's why they've stayed on it as long as they have. Because the other two channels, not so much. MSNBC and Fox, they moved to other stories throughout the day.
Oh, wow,
CNN
that's
not
weird.
as much. What?
On Fox, picture of Iranians with two faces, same legs. Like they put two different bodies on the same legs.
What is that about?
I don't know.
What?
Like, we're looking.
Because the legs are not his.
Well, why did it take almost 2 weeks for anybody to notice, hey, wait a minute, they've got the same legs?
Because we look at their faces, dummy.
And it's just chopped at the bottom.
You wonder, too,
not even close.
You very rarely see surveillance video that has been photoshopped, but this was unintentionally photoshopped. They claim of the two passengers who had one man buy them both stolen passports and get them on the plane.
So it is a little suspicious regarding that, but the Malaysians say, we didn't mean to make a mistake, but we're sorry. All right.
Wait,
6 minutes now.
How would they make that mistake?
But it's so obvious. Why didn't anyone figure that one out?
So obvious.
With all these experts and all eyes on this story, why did it take almost 3 weeks to go, wait, those two guys with the fake passports have the exact same legs?
Oh, no.
And it wasn't even done well.
No.
What's
It
the
was
purpose
just
of that?
chopped.
Unless they're putting one guy on the,
But it's the same picture we've all seen where it's side by side, and it's so obvious they have the exact same legs.
Yeah.
I guess because you're looking at the faces. No one looks at the legs. Well, you don't think that the legs will be different. You're all looking for faces.
But what are they saying about that?
The Malaysians are saying it was a mistake. But how did that happen?
Yeah, why wouldn't you just have the pictures?
Why not just the pictures?
So now we got to find that out.
Yeah, but this is the kind of weird shit that makes conspiracy I don't like conspiracy theorists that hold on to something once the facts have been proven.
Yeah.
But this is kind of hard to let go of.
Yeah, they're going to run with that. They'll run with that big time. Big time.
Yeah.
So, oh boy,
ridiculous.
We got a lot of guests coming in today.
By the way, I hope before we move on, I hope that the fucking someone here at Sirius puts out the fact that I gave that theory first, that the pilot went to that height,
Right?
Because the fire wouldn't burn as well.
Try to put out a fire.
I like that. I like that theory a lot.
Someone else will get credit for it though, because
of course.
no one no one pushes our stories forward whatsoever.
If that would work.
Probably not.
I'm trying to think.
Why would you live somewhere where a mudslide could take you out? 8 people dead in massive mudslide. Where was this?
Yeah, it's Washington State.
All right, Washington State. Did you see the remains after the mud did its thing? Oh my God, it's like half a mountain or something.
Yeah, that was a lot of fucking
things just get all loosey-goosey, and then they have to go, right?
And they got to just go somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Like 8 people dead. They're missing a bunch more. Yeah, that's some scary shit.
Every day there's plenty of tragedy.
A lot of
to enjoy as you turn on your TV.
Just put on the news and bask in the tragedy.
Enjoy. Every day there's
sorrow,
something.
Loss of life. It's great, right?
Man.
Gotta love it.
What else is going on today? That character actor died, too. If you saw his face, you would know.
Yeah, he was on
65.
Homeland.
He was on Homeland. It was his big role. I think he was in Meet the Parents, too.
He was in Scent of a Woman, I think. He was like the guy. He looked the same for 30 years.
He played. He was in a million things.
You know his face. What's his name?
That's the problem. His name's James Rebhorn. James Rebhorn. I wouldn't know him as James Rebhorn.
Oh, no.
But you see the face, you go, oh, that guy.
When I read the name, I'm like, who was this?
Right.
I have no idea.
Well.
Yeah, Godspeed. Godspeed to you. Oh, they're not going to find this fucking plane.
No,
I
they
bet
won't.
they don't.
No, this debris.
I bet this debris is just more shit.
They're very confident because it's round and rectangle.
Yeah, and it says Malaysia AI on it, but they're not sure what the last letter is. So
Imagine. Somebody on Fox used Jimmy's theory about the oxygen last week.
Oh, did they really?
When you're that high, fire does go out, but they have something to keep it going, but it will kill the passengers. What?
No one on Fox used that. That's mine.
It's Jimmy's. Make sure everyone knows that's Jimmy's theory. Chris in Queens.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hi, Chris.
Theory actually is not that bad. It would displace fire, but there's no fire suppressant bottles in the actual avionics bay. So if the fire was in the avionics bay, it would have knocked out the transponders and the communication. But another thing is when you climb to 43,000 feet and dip back down, that creates a lot of G-force. So if you took the plane, that's a good way to kill the passengers by going all the way up really fast and then dropping really fast. It's like more on a roller coaster, but it would have knocked the passengers out, and swerving side to side would also have killed them as well. So if he was taking the plane to kill himself and to anguish his family, he would have knocked the passengers out humanely, then just pointed it towards the Indian Ocean and killed himself, let the plane go into a zombie plane.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's your theory. That's what you're going with, huh?
But the fire could have knocked out communications and the transponders.
Yeah, it could have in the avionics bay. And what would turn to a zombie plane is that smoke displaces oxygen. And the pilots usually have quick dining masks in the cockpit, and they usually have 4 to 5 seconds before all that smoke displaces the oxygen. So they could have been knocked out. The avionics bay could have been burnt out, and the plane pretty much does what it wants at that point.
Yeah, I just don't like the term zombie plane.
No, that's kind of silly.
Yeah, I know,
Sounds
it's a
cool.
convenient term, but it basically turns itself into nothing.
That's a silly way to put it.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, fellas.
Thank you.
We're going to watch this dumb plane make that turn one more goddamn time. Right with the turn.
Plus, the way they make it turn is not good. It's like all stiff.
No, just go.
Yeah, planes don't turn like that.
Turning,
Right.
spinning on my axis.
Right. That's just a horrible story continues. So
Yes, I thought it would be done by now, that's for sure. Good luck to you.
Well, you know,
keep up your good nature.
Everyone's saying that it was already, that the theory was already put out there.
Oh,
I didn't see it. I swear. No, just in general.
Just swearing?
Just swear in general.
Yes, I think, here's what my theory is. The pilot's hat got blown out the window, and the wind stream took it up, and he was flying to get his hat back.
To get his hat.
In a moment of panic, he wanted his hat.
It was just out of reach.
Yeah, because the wind was taking it up. It was a windy day.
It was a windy.
You'd get in trouble for that.
Yes, when it lands, if you have no hat, the other pilots laugh at you. They're like, oh, you were hatted.
He didn't want that.
Yes, being hatted in the air is a humiliation for pilots.
Well, Jimmy Carter writes letters.
Is that what he did?
He wants everyone to know he writes letters.
Oh, because he's afraid of
NSA.
Why is he afraid of anything at his age? Well,
that's probably why he writes
afraid of the big one, but
what's he?
But everything else, who cares?
What's in that letter?
The
That's
NSA
so important.
it has argued that this kind of intelligence gathering is critical to try to protect the American homeland.
That has been extremely liberalized and I think abused by our own intelligence agencies. As a matter of fact, you know, I have felt
he still sounds
that
sharp
my
as a
own
tack, this guy.
communications were probably monitored. And when I want to communicate with a foreign leader privately, I type or write the letter myself, put it in the post office, and mail it.
Old-fashioned snail mail.
Yeah, because I believe if I send an email, it will be monitored.
I just wanted to ask finally, with all your energy, what keeps you going?
How old is he now? He's 80.
I'm trying to look it up because I can't believe we're still talking about Jimmy Carter.
An old codger.
Types out
He's got to be late 80s, easy.
85.
89.
There you
He's
go.
almost 90 fucking years old. Let me see him.
And he sounds great.
He sounds all right, man. Is he still hammering away?
Yeah.
Does he still hammer, or does he kind of supervise at this point?
Well, he hammers when the cameras are out, for sure.
Does he hammer in the morning?
All over this land, eh?
Thank you.
I like Jimmy Carter, man.
You like Jimmy
I
Carter?
don't like his politics necessarily, but I like him, though.
Terrible.
I like him.
You can tell he's a good guy,
Yeah,
a good human being.
He's genuine.
That's what
Means
happens
well. He's
when
one of those means well guys.
When you live long enough like that, you know, people kind of forget what an awful president he was, and and they're like, he's just an old humanitarian.
Was he
kind
that
of a
bad,
guy.
though, or was... I mean, it didn't
Yeah, he
help
was
that the
pretty bad.
economy sucked around that time, too.
He was pretty goddamn bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also-
He was another one, you know, cut in the military, and he lost a lot of jobs. Yeah, the economy sucked, but...
He also got blamed too because he gave the Shah of Iran sanction, and then the
sanctuary,
Ayatollah, and then the Ayatollah and all. They hated the U.S. That's why they hated the U.S. so much, because he was keeping the Shah and they wanted the Shah. And, he got blamed for that botched fucking rescue operation.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it the day Reagan in office? They released those,
Yeah.
which was just such a fuck you to Jimmy
It
Carter.
was a fuck you directly to him, yeah.
Yeah, that was Jimmy Carter's thing. But he didn't get the credit for it. Let me say hi to Scott on Long Island. We have to take this call. Scott.
Yeah, what's going on, boys? That guy talking about diving the aircraft to create G-forces and knocking out the passengers is an idiot.
I was going to call him out on it, but I figured out who gives a shit. If you're doing stuff on a passenger plane like that, that would knock the passengers out because of G-forces, the plane would come apart.
Well, there's that, but the fact is if you dive an aircraft, you create negative G-forces, so they'd be floating around all happy like astronauts. To create G-forces, you have to turn the aircraft, and those aircraft cannot withstand that kind of G-forces without coming apart.
Okay. So, yeah, and plus you would just drop the cabin pressure if you wanted to knock them out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
That's what I've done when I wanted to knock the passengers out.
Oh,
Sometimes,
sure.
I have a pilot's license. I don't talk about it. But I'll zip around with a couple hundred people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big
Knock
joke
them
I play.
out.
They think they're going to Hawaii, and I drop them back off, and I say, close the windows, big surprise. And then 6 hours later, I drop them at LaGuardia.
Close the windows.
All right, boys, punching out. Have a
Thank
good
you,
one.
Scott.
Okay.
Yeah, it seemed a little far-fetched.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Yeah, I knew that, but I didn't want to call him embarrassing.
I know. Like when the caller is an asshole.
We didn't play the Louis C.K. thing on Friday, but I think it's a visual. But it's so fucking funny, man.
Well, the end of it's a visual.
But the end is hilarious when he walks in.
But the talking point. It's
Right.
Like, oh, look at that. Isn't that interesting?
Do you have the end on this?
No.
Where it goes to the thing?
No.
Because it's just him laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what's so that brings the whole thing together.
I know, but you got to see him doing it because then he does the Louis impression from the movie. You know, it's the clip from the movie.
Right.
This is more of a, oh shit, he was on that show.
Right. That is what it is because Louis is saying that never happens.
Louis like, fuck that, and then the guy's like, no, that guy was, and then you're like, oh shit.
Right.
All right, so
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
well, we didn't want to give it away in case people haven't seen it yet.
I have not.
All right. Well, so why don't we just play the first part of this right here? Louis was on Stephen Merchant's podcast.
Yeah.
Recently?
Yeah. They were talking about the Actors Studio.
Right.
You know, inside the Actors Studio, you ever seen that program?
Sure, yeah.
And you know, at the end they have a series of questions that they.
It always occurs to me, you know, when an actor stands up during one of the people in the audience and says, "I'm an actor, and what can I do?" and asks Sean Penn or whoever, "What can I do to reach your level?" or whatever, and you just want to say, "That's it. You never will be famous. You'll never be famous. There's no way you asked Sean Penn a question and then you're going to be huge." There's not a single member of that audience that would stand up and cry while talking to him. Oh, and then that became Juliette Lewis or somebody. No.
Hilarious concept, but why did he pick Sean Penn?
That is
it works
weird,
out perfectly.
It worked out. It was Sean Penn that was on stage.
Why did he?
I think it's just for weirdness. I don't know. It's just one of those things.
So he never saw.
Yeah. I don't think because this wasn't like a well-known.
So he
clip.
he pulled Sean Penn out of thin air to make his point, but Sean Penn.
I think it was just because Sean Penn is like when you think of actors who take themselves too seriously.
Right.
Sean Penn's kind of the first.
Next
name.
time we'll have to ask Louis.
My guess is that he pulled Sean Penn because Louis is known in the business as being very gay, and he has this thing for Sean Penn. Yeah, I think he has a thing for Sean Penn.
That makes sense now.
So here's a
clip from inside the Actors Studio when Sean Penn went to the audience for questions.
Right, just like Louis just talked about.
Hey, Mr. Penn. My name is Bradley Cooper. I'm a second-year actor. My question is regarding Hurley Burley. What was it like to revisit a character, Eddie, after a 10-year hiatus? Did you have new discoveries? Did you find that it was a different approach because you had already done this character before?
Yeah, it was the first time that I'd done a film of something that I had done a play of.
That's pretty much it, but I mean...
That is so weird that Louis would pick Sean Penn.
Louis just saying...
And how someone would just stand up and ask a question. That person would never be famous, but that actually happened with Bradley Cooper asking Sean Penn a question.
Yeah.
Before Bradley Cooper was anybody.
He's famous.
Right. Yes. But then...
And then he does the movie with...
Then he does
Louis
American
CK.
Hustle. And they have scenes together.
Right.
Yeah.
And someone put the scene at the end of this clip just to bring it all together, but I think it's hilarious. Yeah, just go back to the question part.
Hi, Bradley Cooper.
It was a different approach because you had already done this character before?
Yeah, it was the first time that I'd done a film of something that I had done a play of. And so, because I think Marlon Brando once said, the movie...
Fades out because he answers a question, and then they go to a scene from American Hustle. Where Bradley Cooper walks in laughing his ass off, making fun of Louis C.K.
Making fun of Louis.
Oh, that's funny.
He's humping him. That was a funny scene in the movie.
Spanking Louis. Louis walks out, embarrassed. Bradley's still losing his mind, laughing his ass
Louis
off.
impression.
That's hilarious.
That is quite a coincidence. Quite the coinky dink.
I'm glad people think that sexual assault man on man is funny. I don't find that funny.
No?
No, I think it's a very serious problem.
It's hilarious.
Should have been a bare bottom spanking.
I think that's probably just a random pull.
That was a random pull on Louis' part, and it actually happens with Sean Penn, and then they're in American Hustle together, and that scene is great because they're just making fun of Louis C.K.
And the Stephen Merchant podcast was from 2008, so it wasn't even...
Oh, that's not recent.
It's not recent at all, no.
Oh.
Somebody just found...
Wow.
And put all this together for
Yes.
everybody. We'll put the clip up on our Facebook page, O&A Show.
And Twitter.
Well, Louis had a secretary named Kennedy, and then Kennedy had a secretary named Lincoln.
Wow.
It's the Louis Bradley Cooper coincidences.
Are those real? Those coincidences?
I think a few of them.
I guess if you look into anything long enough, you'll find some weird shit, maybe.
The secretary is true. It was
that's a little strange.
Lincoln's secretary was Kennedy and
vice versa.
Lincoln.
Right.
Wasn't there an inauguration? But that could just be that's when the people are inaugurated. But Can you look them up real quick, the Kennedy Lincoln? They also said that Lincoln had a hat, and Kennedy should have.
The old warehouse and theater, right? That's another one, too. Shot from a warehouse and ran to a theater. Yeah.
Shot in a theater and then found in a warehouse. Yeah, warehouse, yeah.
The other way around.
A warehouse.
A warehouse.
Yes.
Warehouse.
A warehouse. Who's over here?
Yeah, there are a bunch of those fucking things. I remember they used to have the, back before computers, you would get those mimeographs.
Oh, boy.
Mimeos at work.
With the joke of the day.
Yes, the big joke. That's when you could hang things up in your cubicle.
Why chocolate is better than sex.
Oh, bug. Why a cucumber's better than a man?
Chocolate won't talk back to you.
Oh, Jesus.
That's funny.
A cucumber's never tired.
Oh, God.
Up, go
I like
shove it
a
up their ass.
cuke. You bet I will.
A good half a cuke.
Yeah, good half a cuke pounded in there. You gotta leave like the little thing in it that you pick up the corner in the car, but a cuke will get stuck. Gotta go to the emergency room, have a cuke removed.
Just pull out.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
not
know.
Pronged or...
Where were you when I needed you?
Oh, okay.
I'm in the emergency room.
See, I should have.
Mr. Hoggish, you got a half a pickle in there. I said it's a cuke. Pickles burn.
Cuke. I hate that. Oh, my God.
Do we need to go over this? Both shot on a Friday. Both were shot in the head.
Those are the obvious ones.
Both were known by their 3 names, the assassins.
But hold on. They say that's common. Whenever someone assassinates or commits a crime like that, you become known. Although David Berkowitz wasn't, but like John Wayne Gacy, a lot of them become known.
That 3-name thing is...
Isn't that more media-driven?
Is
it?
Because they're now using your proper name, right?
Like David Chapman.
Yeah.
Right.
Lee Harvey Oswald, yeah.
But then again, you look at Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't, Ted Bundy
But maybe
wasn't.
they didn't have middle names. Yeah. I don't have a middle name.
That's a good point. Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Sweetie.
Oh. Is that it?
I have a confirmation name.
Oh. What's your confirmation name?
Isn't that your middle name?
No, it's the one you choose.
On my birth certificate, I have no middle name.
What's your confirmation name?
Edward.
You took Edward?
I didn't take Edward. It's my uncle.
You choose it.
Take Edward.
I chose Christopher because I thought it was a cool name.
Yeah, is it?
You wish your name was Christopher?
I did. I thought that was just really cool because it looked cool when it was written out because the P came down and the T went up. There was a whole bunch of shit happening.
A whole bunch of shit happening.
I thought Christopher was such a cool looking name.
Yeah.
And I liked Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
Oh.
Of course he was in Independence Day. Thank you. James Rebhorn. Let's say hi to Paul in the Bronx. Paul, yes.
Oh.
Paul.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Yeah, James Rebhorn, probably best known for Independence Day, when the president says, there's no Area 51, and the guy goes, that's not entirely true.
Area 51! Area 51!
It is where we keep the pennies, David! Right, we got it. You're Jewish. We know.
So Jewish.
You don't have to do that.
Thank you. Yeah, he was in everything, that guy.
Yes.
He was the dad in Blank Check.
Oof. All right,
Sam, go with the obvious.
We got to take a break because we're going to go guest heavy now.
Dominic Monahan is in
next.
Yeah.
And then we got Hulk Hogan today.
The Hulk.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Well, I wonder how excited our own E-Rock
Well, we have to take a break after Hulk so E-Rock can clean the semen out of his underpants.
And then Bobby Moynihan.
Finally makes an appearance, yeah.
The drunken uncle himself.
We don't have a problem with him, do we?
No.
He loves the show. He is a
But
fan.
got bummed when he looked at, what?
He listened to the YouTube clip of you guys.
But he got excited because he saw Opie and Anthony, who supposedly he's a big fan of.
He got excited.
I'll tell you this. A lot of times we hear that shit and then we call the person out on it and you realize they just said that. They don't even listen.
Yeah, but he specifically said, no, I looked up the clip on YouTube and said, whoa, wow, O&A are talking. He knows who you guys are. He knows Ron and Fez.
And he was all excited that we were talking about him. And then
Yeah.
it was us just beating the shit out of his appearance.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which he already knew was not good. But he didn't need, his radio
Right,
heroes.
that's true.
What was that again? The
Drunken Uncle at the 12-12-12 concert.
for
Right,
Sandy.
right.
Hurricane Sandy.
it was Hurricane Sandy?
Was
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
My manager does that. He goes, Jim, they're big fans, And I walk in, and they look like a home invasion is happening. They're not fans, John.
Why? It's a lie 9 out of 10 times. I'm telling you. I'll believe it when I see it for myself.
Things are changing. Bobby Moynihan is a legit fan. I've spoken to him. Maria Menounos, legit fan.
Yeah.
Patton
More her
Oswalt,
husband.
legit fan.
Patton, we know because he tells us that he drives around L.A. in the afternoons listening to us.
So let's stop being negative
What's
Nancy's.
up, Pat?
It's true. We got 3 people of note.
Yeah. And now it's just in the last week.
3 people after 20 years. That's wonderful. That's a great track record.
Yeah. We got
Wow.
Sylvia Miles.
What?
Back in the old day. Remember that old actress called up and said that she was listening to the show?
And we brought her in?
I don't think we brought her in. We had her on the phone, though.
What did we do to her?
Well, we
don't even wanna
didn't know who she was at first, and so we were mocking her, but apparently she won an Academy Award and some shit.
She was in Midnight Cowboy, Sylvia
Yes, she was.
Wasn't that we were trying to find the most famous person listening to our show?
We used to do that bit. Who's the most famous person listening to our show? And they would call in.
Devin Rattrays. That's how we met Devin.
That's how we met Devin. We that guy from Goodfellas called. The guy that said, "Don't shoot" in the driveway.
Oh, right.
When he was pistol whipping the guy.
I forgot.
He was a fan. The "Don't shoot" guy.
Yeah. We're going to have to redo that bit.
I like that
See what
one.
we can
I
come
always
up
liked
with.
that one every few years.
But then we have
do
a few others, like a guy who just played the dead body and
did a reenactment on America's Most Wanted.
Yes.
Yeah, he played a body.
4 years in a row, I had to call in. Jim Norton, I'm looking at you.
But this lady, she was a fan of our show.
Yeah.
Sylvia, why would she be a fan?
She was
of
in
our
Midnight
show?
Cowboy. Didn't she play the real estate agent? Oh no, wait, that was in fucking
She was the
Wall
one
Street.
that
was in Wall Street. She was. You were gonna ask me for money?
For money, yeah. And then he's like, no, you're beautiful.
No, ma'am. And then
Ma'am.
he gave her some money.
Understood.
All right, we'll take a break because we're going to get guest heavy, so stay there.
The Opie and Anthony Show will be right back. Try to expand your mind while the guys are out expanding their bowels.
A lot of guesses. I guess this is.
Yes, we do. Welcome back to the show, Dominic.
Sir, take a seat right there.
Sorry we're a little late today.
Sure.
As they say in certain parts of America.
How are you?
Yo.
That's a simple greeting.
What do we know about this Malaysia Airlines thing?
Same thing they knew on day one, I'm pretty much guessing.
They keep spotting mysterious stuff in the oceans, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, isn't there always mysterious stuff in
I assume stuff is floating around out there all the time.
There's a lot of garbage in our oceans.
A lot of gunk.
A lot of gunk, right?
Supposedly boats drop things.
You know, I never knew that. Like, it's like, it could be a shipping container. It's like, how many shipping containers just fall off of boats?
Yeah, is that my car? That
Yeah.
around in the Pacific?
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
That would suck.
It really is amazing. But I don't know. That is, supposedly they found more debris. They're sending boats out to look at that debris.
They're pretty confident about this debris.
How do you know they're confident?
Because they said it's circular. I don't know what that means, though.
Yeah, I mean...
They said because it's circular, they're pretty confident that...
Right.
Cylinders. I mean,
yes.
Cylinder.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Are you a conspiracy guy? You think it was or are you?
Yeah, although I resent the word conspiracy because it always gives you, it doesn't allow you to actually give it any power. As soon as you're like, oh, it's a conspiracy, it undermines what you think. You know?
Because you think.
But yes, I do believe in some famous conspiracies.
Which ones?
Yeah, what's your favorite? Not favorite, but what's the one that you think is definitely the...
I have a really hard time trying to intellectualize the fact that no structures, no steel buildings have come down in the history of construction due to fire, and on 9/11, 2 of them came down in exactly the same way on the same day, and Building 7 is a bit of a mystery to me.
But those, I think, are some pretty extraordinary circumstances, too.
Certainly extraordinary.
Yeah. Fuel, heat.
You know,
weakening of metal, things like that.
I think the Kennedy assassination might have a couple of things going on that we don't know about.
That's always had, an air of conspiracy around it. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But it's that weird thing, conspiracy. As soon as if you're labeled a conspiracy theorist, there's something about your brain that is broken that doesn't work. What if you're just thinking about the alternate idea of what it could be? I mean, that has relevance.
You're just asking questions.
I think for the most part, though, people that believe in certain conspiracies, it's always so far off of just the simple explanation that it's like, well, why can't the simple explanation be what had happened instead of trying to come up with 20 people knew, but no one ever spoke. I've never seen that. Talk about metal buildings. I've never seen 2 people that could keep their mouths shut about an event.
Unless there was a threesome tape with the Kennedys and Marilyn Monroe, which they're speculating, if whoever shot that is the fucking biggest closed-lip guy in history. If there's a porn tape with Jack and RFK.
And that tape went away.
Yeah,
They're not selling it anymore or something.
Yes, so maybe it's not real.
Someone's debts were paid.
So. Why would they tape themselves or film themselves?
Could have through a mirror. Somebody could have just done it.
Just having a threesome with your brothers.
With your brother? I don't want to see my brother's sex face.
Hell no.
That's what I said last week. Exactly.
I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
What if something awful happens? Like you're having a really great moment and suddenly you lock eyes with your brother.
You're never getting that out of your head.
Or if she takes one of your pricks and hits the other one in the face and says, "Come on, turn me on."
Yeah.
Well, jeez, Jimmy. Or that. That too.
I just don't want that to happen.
No.
Things
With Marilyn Monroe, though, you kind of got, like, I wouldn't want to see a family. I don't have any brothers, but, like, I would never want to see, like, my sister. Like, it's just gross to me. But, like, if it's someone like Marilyn Monroe, you got to kind of bite the bullet.
Do you think?
Well, I'd certainly watch Marilyn Monroe with no clothes on, but I don't know. I'd feel a little conflicted if I had to watch Marilyn Monroe with no clothes on and my brother had no clothes on sat next to me,
Yeah, that would kind of, I guess, kill it.
Yeah, just a bit.
A little bit.
Well, he was big. JFK was weird because he, like, the Mimi Beardsley, that intern who wrote the book, JFK took her virginity, said that he had her go down on his best friend Dave Powers in the White House pool while he just kind of sat there and watched. Like, he was just like that with his
dirty
friends.
boy.
Rock and roll president.
Yeah, he tried to get her to blow Ted, and she wouldn't do it.
It's weird that they kill all the good ones, eh?
Yeah.
They killed the Kennedys, they kill,
Martin
Martin Luther King, they kill Lennon, they kill, all these trailblazers, all these kind of, people that can really affect some change.
Yeah.
Get killed,
Hence the reason.
Yeah. And I mean, Lennon was super paranoid about being followed by the FBI and being, having his phone tapped and stuff. And people just thought that he was paranoid and the drugs were not working for him anymore. But it was true. They had a massive FBI file on Lennon and they were trying to throw him out of the country because he could rile up a large group of people. He could essentially cause a revolution, and they do not want that.
Anytime a person can get that much power, people figure, we got to get rid of this guy. Yeah.
It's a bit scary.
It is.
Did you ever hear that last Rolling Stone interview? There's audio of it, too, that Lennon did. We played that, right? Where
we have.
He was just talking about getting older, and he's 40, and he's like, he kind of saying like he was wrong about certain things, and a lot of it was his own fault, just being like, he was just turning into like a regular
he started kind of
middle-aged guy, He was kind of mellowing out like people do.
Some of his anger,
Yeah, when they get to 40 and they've got like,
that angst goes away because, you have a great life. You look around and realize, there's some people living like crap, and I'm doing pretty well.
He's a multimillionaire with a little baby, and he's baking bread in the Dakota, not the Dakota.
Yeah, the Dakota.
Yeah, that was the place,
I mean, I think Lennon's probably my ultimate hero outside of, people in my life that I actually know. I mean, if I'm struggling, through anything in my life, I tend to read stuff about Lennon or listen to Lennon, and my favorite thing ultimately about Lennon is like he took his pain and turned it into art, which I think is a pretty admirable thing. And he always speaks from truth, even if it hurts him, even if it's painful to him, even if it puts his life in danger. He will answer a very frank question truthfully. And I admire that. I think it's a great way to be. It's so easy to lie and be like, no, I don't feel that way. But he's like, I do feel that way, and if I'm ultimately he died for that stuff.
Yeah, well, Ringo was just as deep, I think.
Hey, Octopus's Garden, come on.
Yeah.
Was that Ringo?
That was Ringo.
Yeah. Oh, boy, was it ever.
I do he sang a song in the early Beatles period called Boys, which is kind of good.
He redid that recently on that special they did.
Rock and
That's
roll,
the one I was telling you guys about. It was a cool song. I never heard that one before.
Yeah, that one was kind of cool. I mean, he did some absolute stinkers. There's a
Yellow
song
Submarine, let's go.
Yeah, Yellow Submarine's classy. There's a song on the White Album just before Why Don't We Do It in the Road. What was that song? It's a Ringo song. You were in a car crash and you cut your hair. Like, what line is that? What does that even mean? Oh, what is that?
It's probably some weird Beatles drug reference. You know, like they did all this veiled drug shit.
What the hell? What song are you talking about?
You were in a car crash and you lost your hair. I wonder where you are someday. Oh, don't pass me by.
Okay.
It's a terrible song.
Horrible.
It ruins the White Album. I mean, the White Album is such an epic album. It's a double album by the Beatles. So if you're going to pick a Beatles album, you may as well get double for your money.
Yeah.
It's a great study of a band just fracturing apart, but pretending to be a band.
You don't want to be the guy that ruins the White Album.
Right, Lennon's in his studio doing his thing, McCartney's in his studio doing his thing.
All those songs, and look, one Ringo song, and then they gave, and then Good Night ends the album.
Which is quite nice. That's a Lennon song that they gave to Ringo. But I mean, you got.
What do you mean?
Well, Lennon wrote Good Night.
Why does why does it say star? Just for the vocal? Oh, for vocals, I see what they did. Okay, so he only sings 2 songs of the whole thing.
It was written by Lennon.
Gotcha, okay. Don't Pass Me By and Good Night are the only songs that Ringo...
Year Blues by Lennon on that album, amazing. Why Don't We Do It in the Road, which is one of McCartney's rockiest moments. Helter Skelter, for Christ's sake. I mean, that is just epic. Happiness is a Warm Gun. Amazing.
Yeah.
Do you think that I wonder if that I don't know the song you mean about Ringo. Is that you were in an accident and you lost your hair, a Jane Mansfield reference?
Maybe.
Oh Jesus!
Who knows what that's about?
I mean, back at that time, that was like what late '60s, and she had probably died not too long before that.
Lost a little more than her hair.
Well, yeah, but that might have been too harsh to say. You lost your head, so maybe that was like a poetic way.
Yeah.
Saying it probably had nothing to do with anything.
Probably not.
No. I'm just throwing in a fucking
Julia, which ends the A side. It's the last song on the A side. It's a fucking lament.
Do know that album?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's all about. His mum died when he was a kid. Got hit by a police officer, drunk police officer. And I mean, that song again. The thing about taking his pain and turning it into art. He sings a song about his mum, who he misses and who he loves, and he kind of almost has this like love affair with. And I just think there's something about Lennon and that truthfulness and the fact that he is willing to like die by that is amazing.
How old was he when she died?
He was 14. And he just rekindled a relationship with her. So she was like an absent mom. He went to live with his auntie for a while. And then when he was 14, he started to rekindle this relationship with her. And just at the point where they started to become connected again, she got killed by an off-duty police officer who was drunk. She was on a bike and killed her. So he lost his mum twice almost. And his dad abandoned him and, in and out of, different types of drugs, and then suddenly became king of the world, and everyone expected him to be normal. He's like, oh, I'm not normal, I've been through some shit.
Yeah. God damn, yeah.
Weren't the Beatles more the like? Cause they said the Rolling Stones had the tough image, and the Beatles kind of had this goody gumdrops image. But like, weren't the Beatles kind of from a tougher area, and the Stones were kind of more the middle class kids?
Yeah, Stones were London, Beatles were Liverpool. Liverpool arguably is a tougher part of England. It's north, it's rougher, it's harder to get by there, it's harder to rise up there. There's a great line by Lennon in that Jan Wenner Rolling Stone interview that they recorded, where he says, if the Rolling Stones are revolutionaries and people think that they're revolutionaries, then the Beatles really were revolutionaries. Like, he's okay with saying the Stones did something, but like, he says at one point, like, they're not on the same class level.
Yeah, don't even try to compare the two.
He wrote, the Beatles wrote the first couple of songs for the Stones to get them up and going. They did covers of Beatles songs, and I think. If they were all still around, I think you couldn't argue the fact that the Rolling Stones were this biggest band in the world type thing. Like, the Beatles changed music, and they did things that no one else has ever done before or since. The Beatles are the only band to ever release albums that don't include singles. So they would release, here's a single, here's a single, here's a single, here's an album. Whereas nowadays, obviously, people go, here's 3 singles, and if you want to buy the album, all those 3 singles are on the album. The Beatles were like, no, we're prolific musical artists, so we'll release singles for you, then we'll give you 14 new songs in a month, and then 14 new songs in another couple of months. Like, first backwards guitars, the Beatles, first backwards drums, the Beatles, first backwards vocals is the Beatles. The top 5 songs in the United States chart.
That's
so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It really is amazing, and the sheer number of songs that they were able to put out
in a short period of time. Too.
Yeah. The biggest selling artist of the 2000s was Eminem. The second biggest artist of the 2000s was the Beatles. That shows you just how powerful they are. Incredible.
Did you? I found watching that amazing Scorsese George Harrison documentary. I hated Eric Clapton after. I was never a big Clapton fan, and maybe I'm wrong because Harrison didn't really seem to give a shit as much as I did.
No, he didn't seem to mind.
But I could not stand him after that.
Banged his missus.
Oh, I fucking hated him.
Yeah.
Anyone who bangs your missus is kind of a
Not a good guy. Right.
There's so many more girls out there. You know, like, I've had friends who've had really cute girlfriends, but there's a respect level where you're like, okay, that's off limits. You know, it's the guy.
Man.
It's the guy code. He broke the guy code.
You got that goddamn Hobbit money too.
Any Hobbit money.
Oh man.
Your old friends must hate bringing their girlfriends around you, like the guys that you just knew from high school. Like other actors might not care, but back in high school, guys must like, oh fuck.
I was like the littlest kid in school. You know, I mean, I was not the athlete. I was the kind of class clown and all that kind of stuff. Did not get a huge amount of play in school from girls. I mean, they were all after the football stars.
Right.
So there was an interesting
tough
irony.
time.
Coming back to Manchester and being like, oh, you're the girl who didn't have any time for me, and now you want to come hang out.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did it.
Exactly.
Good for
I'll
you.
show you.
Right.
Sometimes you just have to go back and fucking clean up old business, so to speak.
Yeah. Clear the ledger.
Yeah. There's something still sexy about some of those high school girls that wouldn't sleep with you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's true. It's that thing that you could never get. It's the first time you get super excited about a girl and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it is exciting times at school. Someone touches your wiener in between in a recess, and you're like, oh, that's fun.
It's phenomenal. Then eventually when it's a girl, it's even better. I was 18 the first time, but I actually got sight. It was from a girl who was...
Come on now. The first time someone touched your ding-a-ling?
Oh, I was 5.
18?
But no, the first time I had intercourse, I was 18.
Oh, okay.
I mean, actual sexual intercourse, I was 18.
Nice.
And it was just frightening and not comfortable.
You get these delusions, though, as time goes by about the high school girls and girls you were attracted to in high school, and they really get put in perspective as you get older and look back, and you see them now and realize, like, oh God, she's just another disaster on fucking drugs and psychotropic.
I thought she was above all that.
Yeah,
in high school.
Another lunatic just trying to hold everything together.
Just an angel.
Who you put on a pedestal, eh?
Yeah,
I love that John Cusack movie, Grosse Point Blank. You know, they asked him what was it like coming home and seeing your high school friends, and he said everyone just kind of swelled. That's the thing. Everyone's just dramatically swollen, all the like water retention, and you know the jock is still being a jock, but his knees don't work anymore.
It looks like, especially when you get to look on Facebook now and stuff, you see these people, and they just. And you hadn't seen them in so long, they look like their parents.
Right.
It's like, oh, that's this guy I went to school with, it's his father. It's like, no, that's him.
But they're thinking the same things about us.
Of course.
When they see our pictures.
Not delusional.
You think?
No one escapes, no one escapes that
uh,
shit.
I think I've matured with age. I think fine whiskey. I don't know.
And then
peaking right now, you know.
Yeah. Well, some of the girls, women now, of course, have daughters that look exactly like they did in high school.
Yeah, that's where you should.
If you don't want to be too creepy.
Yeah.
Well, or not.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's kind of vengeance for you should have fucked me, because now I got to take it out on her. I regret to report. I regret to inform you.
Got a second shot at it.
Yeah. This is a girl who I used to be in French class with, and I would look up her, like, I was a freshman, she was a senior, and I would look across the room at her, and she would always have like a dress on. I would stare at her legs, and there was times where I could think she was opening her legs just to tease me. And we were in assembly one time, and it was like we were all walking in and out of this big room, and I remember I reached between a couple people and I touched her ass. I had to feel it, and she was like, "Who did that? Who did that?"
Really? Yeah.
And she was not happy. And I saw her on Facebook recently, and I'm like, I would still. Like, there's still something, like, she's
still
got
grab
kids
her ass and
married.
anger her.
Exactly. I would still grab her ass in a crowd, then cowardly slink away and pick my nose and eat it. But I had a thing for her, and she's still kind of sexy, man. Like,
so she wasn't trying to show you a little something?
No, I don't know. Maybe she was, but just to tease the little...
You got to show us the picture later.
Okay, yeah, I will.
I got to see.
She looks pretty good now for an older woman.
I mean, I still have a thing for Carrie Fisher. I think Princess Leia was the first, moment in my life where I was like, ooh, girls, that's kind of exciting.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Carrie Fisher's not quite the Princess Leia anymore.
No. She's more like the one that took Han Solo.
But I think I'd still want to kiss her just so I could say I kissed Princess Leia, you know?
Probably could get that down.
Well, I think a lot of times we talk about things like that and then go, well, would you? And then you go, for the story.
For the story.
Like, I would have to for the story.
Yeah.
But, No.
We got to talk about the new show before you get out of here.
Oh my God! Right? Yes.
I'm hearing you're a busy man.
You're still out in the middle of the wilds.
Season 2. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, season 2 of Wild Things on BBC America, 10 o'clock tomorrow night, Tuesday, and it's on OLN in Canada as well. We just kind of like extended our ambition, you know, season 2. We were doing a lot of invertebrates and insects season 1 because that's kind of my jam in terms of animals. But this year we did, you know, slightly more dynamic creatures, more dangerous creatures. The show's bigger and badder and faster, and, you know, I get messed up a few times.
Really?
The audience will love, I'm sure.
What kind of creatures this season?
We do, first episode's giant spitting cobra. We do my favorite snake in the world, which is the gaboon viper, highly venomous.
Why is it your favorite?
It's just so beautiful, and it has the biggest venomous fangs of any snake in the world.
See, that's just creepy.
Venom. It's beautiful.
Like, that thing does not care what you have done in the past.
That is
you could be talking about an agent.
Yeah. No, that thing will own you if it wants to. But the fact that you can spend some time with it and it can decide not to own you is profound. It's a nice experience.
I don't know, man.
Have you touched one?
Yeah, I handle one in the show. We go to Costa Rica to look for one of the rarest frogs in the world. We go to look for the world's largest beetle. We go to Thailand to look for the world's largest amphibian.
Wait, how big is the largest beetle? I need to know.
In what, inches?
Yeah, well, like size.
About 8 or 9 inches.
Yeah,
it's a big beetle.
Wow.
It's a monster.
You let it crawl on you?
Yeah, we let a bunch of stuff crawl on me in that episode. See an anaconda. I saw an anaconda in Brazil that I thought was probably 10-ish feet, and it ended up being about 14 feet, which meant that it could bite me on my calf, which was an interesting experience. Massive, big, wild snake, and I was trying to wrangle it, and I didn't realize just how much more it was bigger than I thought it was. And it wheeled around and bit me on my calf. Which make a noise like this. Oh! Yeah.
What is the protocol, though, if the snake is choking you? There's got to be somebody there with a machete, just in case the host begins to get squeezed lifeless.
Well, we do have a medic who's also a herpetologist that travels with us, and between he and I, we could probably handle it. But I mean, if a 14-foot anaconda bit you and got its coils around you, it's probably a 4 or 5 man job to unhand it. You know, they have a bunch of teeth and they do not let go. So not venomous, luckily, but certainly dangerous.
Yeah, but they could put a nice
they kill
squeeze
jaguars.
on
You know, they can kill jaguars.
Right.
They kill crocodiles, caiman. So I mean, they could make a real mess of you if they feel like.
Crush you, yeah.
And did the beetle creep you out when it touched you? I would hate to have something that, like a big bug on me. Bugs suck. I really do. I'd rather have a panther crawling on me than a fucking fruit fly.
I'm okay with insects. I kind of like them. They're misunderstood. You know, they get a bad rap. But yeah, we do a bunch of stuff. You know, I go to New Zealand. I go back to New Zealand with one of the guys from Lord of the Rings, Billy Boyd, and we go looking for the world's largest insect, which is a wetaponga. Go swim the barrier reef, go swim with sharks in the barrier reef.
What's a wetaponga?
Yeah, and how big is
that?
that?
It's a type of cave-dwelling cricket. So it's a very, very large cricket, and including its antenna, it can be 30 centimeters.
Isn't that the name of the visual effects company that you were?
What is that?
1.5 feet, maybe?
Yeah, that's including its antenna. The body itself is about that big, but the antenna can go to about...
So there you're holding it in your hand. That's but that would just creep me out, even if it didn't bite.
They can bite, but you'll find the largest of their kind are usually very docile. The largest of any of its kind is usually pretty docile, and the wetaponga's just kind of chill.
No.
I guess when you're that big, you can just kind of be relaxed and nice to everyone.
Come on.
That's absolutely true.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's a beast.
That is frightening. They just look like monsters, is what it is.
They are monsters in their world. They're certainly monsters, you know.
Oh, man.
And they can an animal like that can only get big in an isolated place like New Zealand because they would get picked off by other animals.
So you get there and you give us some information on these things.
We do some wetaponga stuff. We go back to the Shire. You know, we meet some old friends. We hang out and have a lot of fun traveling around.
That's cool.
The show has a ragtag element feel to it. We want it to feel like the audience are just along for the ride. There's not a huge amount of planning going on.
Right.
You know, obviously for us as a research team, we do quite a bit of planning to make it seem that way, but we want it to feel like, for the audience, like, hey, do you want to come and check this out for a little bit? It's not super strict, stringent.
Right. That sounds great, man.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, they're saying he's got to go.
All right.
Really?
A lot of press today.
You're a busy guy,
well,
apparently.
That was fun. It's always nice to see.
Let's start, hold on, March 25th, let's get the plug out. Season 2 premieres, which is tomorrow night on BBC America at 10 p.m. And if you want to Dom's Wild Things on Twitter, in case you forget to plug. Cause you're
Yeah, come
driving
follow
right
me on
now.
Twitter. Come send me pictures of you watching Wild Things, or send me pictures of insects or animals that you can't identify, and I'll see if I can help you out.
No, I've
or
noticed,
cute pictures of girls, I don't mind.
I've noticed it's mostly girls talking about how much they love you.
Oh, well, that's good. You like that. I mean,
That's a nice one. It's all chicks. They're all like, oh my God, I love you. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy.
Enough with this guy.
I'll take it where I can
great,
get it.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool,
It's good
man.
to see you guys.
Absolutely, Dominic. Thank
Great.
you.
Continued luck, man.
Hulk Hogan is making his way into the studio.
Is he?
Promoting WrestleMania 30, taking place Sunday, April 6th. That's right around the corner already.
Where is that?
A week from Sunday, right? From the Superdome in New Orleans. I heard we got the mouth of the South here, too, Jimmy Hart.
Was he a wrestler, too, or is he just the announcer?
He was a manager.
He's always
guy.
been a manager guy.
He was the guy with the bullhorn.
Yeah.
Used to yell into the bullhorn all the time.
We'll
And hit
see.
the people with the bullhorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the ref would never see it. Sam just peeked in the door and he's like laughing and smiling. I think Sam's very excited.
What are you doing?
Why don't you bring Hulk Hogan in?
I think Sam's very excited.
What?
He's ordering his breakfast.
All
What do you mean he's ordering his
He's trying to figure out what kind of
breakfast?
juice he wants.
Gonna have brother.
Yeah.
There they are.
Jimmy Hart, too, and Hulk Hogan.
Come on in, take a seat.
What's going on,
Seat.
brother?
How you doing, man?
Jimmy Hart.
Good, man.
How are you, brother?
I've always got the mouth of the South with me.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy, you could sit over there. Have a seat. I mean, you're here, my God.
All right.
sure. Take a seat. Look at that.
Bright in here,
Guys look
man.
great. I know.
It's too bright,
You
right?
guys are filming a movie or something.
Early morning.
Jimmy's got a
A little
shades
too
on,
bright.
Jimmy.
Always got the shades on.
I don't want to lose them.
So you just keep them on your face just so they won't get lost.
Day and night, baby.
Hulk, you're in shape, brother. Holy fuck.
I'm trying to keep up with you young guys, man.
Oh, yeah, we're not.
Who you talking to in this
Yeah,
room?
young guys.
What, are you kidding me?
Guys, yeah.
If you only knew.
Jesus Christ.
Need these on?
If you want.
If you want, you don't have to.
If you can hear everyone, it don't matter.
That's good.
So WrestleMania 30
Scary, yeah.
coming up. That I mean, who doesn't remember one?
One seems like yesterday.
Seems like yesterday.
Seems like
That is,
yesterday. That's what old
Muhammad
people
Ali
say.
and Mr. T and
Mr. T.
Billy Martin and Liberace.
Billy Martin and Liberace.
I don't remember Billy Martin. Do you?
Rockets.
What did Liberace do at
Was he the
WrestleMania?
timekeeper?
Probably smell the seats.
Easy, brother.
We're going there already? Wow, that's strong, man.
That's strong. You gotta go there. What else would he be doing?
He's a timekeeper, huh?
He's on. I got to hear this stuff, man.
He's got to know what's coming at him.
What?
Wow.
How was it to be back in doing the? What do you call it when you're on the mic like that? There's a word for it. That.
What am I doing?
No. When you're back in the ring and you're pitching WrestleMania.
Oh, I'm the host, brother.
Yeah.
No. But what's that called when you're in the ring? You've good
Promo.
mic?
You're doing a promo.
You're doing a promo.
Let me tell you something. Mean Gene, the promo.
Promo, right.
How did it feel to be back in back in the ring after all that, the WWE?
Well, that's what's so crazy. I actually work for another wrestling company last 4 years and nobody saw me. But but it's really cool to be back home because, I mean, if we go way, 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 way back when it was the WWF,
Right.
I used to work for Vince Sr. in the late 70s. That's how far back I go. And then, there was a little downtime and I went to Japan and Minnesota and I went back to work for Vince McMahon. And 84, that whole WrestleMania thing took off. He had this vision of it being a global, crazy juggernaut company, Man, was he right?
Yeah. He figured it out.
So, yeah, I guess so. So, I mean, to come back here at WrestleMania 30 after being at 1, and actually, if you look at my career and to actually be back home, and this is kind of like where I should have ended up anyway. And now, instead of me saying I'm the immortal Hulk Hogan, it really happened because he's got a 24-hour network. So you can watch me forever.
Yeah, you're on there forever now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We've talked to a lot of the guys over the years, and everybody's got their Vince stories and their opinions of Vince and everything. How have you gotten along with him over the years, from the beginning when you first were on with him to
That's a loaded
now?
question.
I love it because I mean Vince is such a goddamn personality.
Well, we had Jim Ross in here recently, and he told a good sharding story where Vince shit his pants on live TV. And the cameramen were too scared to actually shoot it. But everyone knows it went down that night.
Is that all he's got?
That's all? That's not a good one? That's a pretty good
I've
one.
heard that a million times already.
Yeah. You got a good Vince story? One that won't get you in too much trouble?
No, I'm good, man. Good Vince story. Probably, remember when they were doing syndicated TV, Nappy, and all that stuff, and Nappy was a big deal, and you go to Vegas, and that's where you'd sell all your TVs and stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of dwindled down now.
Right.
Nappy's not the same. Remember when we first went there, we were like the odd men out, right? Nobody wanted the wrestlers there, you know, so all of a sudden Vince and I go to Nappy, and we weren't invited to any of the parties or anything, so here we go, get all dressed up, go down to the first party. And some real big guy started on me. Hey, Hulk Hogan, that fake wrestling stuff and this, that, and the other.
Shit.
And right when I was getting ready to say something, here goes Vince over the top of me.
Wow, yeah.
And I'm trying to hold him back. So, I mean, you know, he was like, you know, back in the day, he was very aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, Vince won't ask you to do anything that he wouldn't do himself. Right?
Yeah, well, over the years, that's become very apparent, especially during, I guess, the 90s, was it, when he was really in there mixing it up, had the whole family in there. And
had the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
That was a great time, though.
Some crazy times with him,
really
man.
crazy.
No, but I get along with him great, man. You know, the deal is it's always been, you know, I had to look at it both ways. You know, there's the business, there's the business Vince, and there's the personal Vince. And on a personal, the guy's always been there. If anybody defected, it was me. You know, he was always there, and if you needed a shirt off his back, he'd give it to you. I mean, because that's how cool he was personally. Business is business, brother. I mean, you cross the line business-wise, you know, everybody's, you know, he draws the line. And so there's two Vinces, and some people get that confused, like I did, you know, way back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you take it personal or whatever. But you know, now that I step back and look at it, this guy's got this down. You know, you don't compromise your business.
Obviously,
for anybody.
yeah.
And you know, so he's a great guy. But if anybody kind of went south, it was me, because I didn't understand, you know, exactly business from personal, and I get it.
Did you want to do more things, and he was kind of trying to lock you up, or?
No. When I worked there, you know, and he was really open about doing movies and TV and everything. You know, when I came back, his dad was real old school, and real cool. God bless his soul. But Vince was, you know, he financed the first movie I ever did. No, the second movie. I did Rocky first.
Yeah.
And then when I came back, Vince financed No Holds Barred, and he was on the team for everything.
I wanted to ask you that too. Did Slide picked you up and threw you over that, or was there some cable?
No, that was
no
him,
ropes,
bro.
no nothing.
That was him. Yeah, I was kind of.
Man, his legs were wobbling. That's
Remember that?
always still so impressive to watch that scene.
Bro, if you don't realize, he was like $160. I was like 320.
No shit. Yeah.
And he got me up, and he was wobbling.
He was wobbling. His legs are shaking.
He got it done, though.
And I've had everybody ask me that question over the years. It was him. He did everything. He did all of his own stunts. I mean, when I power slammed him from corner to corner, I landed on him, and when I bounced off him, the blood came out of his mouth. He goes, "Oh, that was great." I was like, "Damn."
Well, just the stuff that was on screen was amazing. I can only imagine how much more was done that didn't make the movie. That he must have had the shit beat out of him.
Yeah, I mean, I ran into him at a Comic-Con a few months ago, and he was just, you know, when we do the Comic-Cons, it's like live, and hey, brother, what's up? How's your family? Thanks for wearing the colors. And I walked in his booth there, everything was real quiet. You know, he's signing autographs, and everybody in line was scared to talk, and it was almost like a little creepy, you know. So I walked in when my guys went, "Hey, yo, Stallone, you want to do this again?" And he looked up at me. He was, "Oh, no, man, I don't want to go through that again." And I remember I hit him with a high knee in the shoulder in the corner, almost broke his collarbone. And then because I throw my punches straight into the forehead when I throw them, you know. And I know I caught him with one really good one, but he was a trooper, man. The good thing about it is, all these years later, that was filmed in '79, I think.
Yeah, wow.
All these years later, he's the same paisan he used to be. He hasn't changed a bit.
Wasn't that '83 Rocky 2 or Rocky 3 or '82?
I think we filmed it '79 or '80, bro.
You shot way before.
It was way back then, yeah.
So when you punch, you punch in the forehead?
Well, I mean, I used to pull them straight in. You know, I'd kind of pretty good. I used to be pretty good judging.
Try to pull them out. Yeah. A little depth perception now. You know,
I used to be pretty good. Now I would be off every once in a while.
I might end up with a little nick.
You want to see how good you are now? Because Jimmy would be willing to.
No, because that's what would end. I've had all UFC guys do stuff, and but that's probably what would end me is Hulk. You know, there'd be a fraction of an inch off and put my my nose to my brain. So no, I won't do it.
You've had such a great history with people and other celebrities and stuff.
Yeah,
and there's not you. And I just wanted to, do you ever, have you seen like Richard Belzer over the years? And,
no,
and
brother.
You've had no like communication with him after that whole debacle?
Never ran into him again. I remember one thing that kind of was, I screwed up really bad. I was on a plane and I was looking at this magazine. And it was a celebrity living thing. And all of a sudden, there was a Richard Belzer page and Casse del Hogan or something over in France.
Oh, shit.
And I looked at it, and as I read the article, you know, they were talking about what happened in the settlement, and then he went and bought this home in France. And it looked just like the house I used to film Hogan Knows Best in, that my ex-wife Linda built. And like an idiot, I go dragging this magazine home. Look, and boy, that wasn't cool.
No,
but I wasn't, you know, the dollar amount and whatever was in, whatever that was being said. I didn't bring that up. It's just I was just freaked out that he built a house just like the one we were living. It looked like
that's kind of creepy.
That is weird.
My ex-wife built an authentic French farmhouse.
We know the house from the reality show.
But the one that
why couldn't you pet the dog? That drove us nuts. When you
on the boat, right? When you're on the boat.
When you're on the boat visiting your old house with Brooke, and it was the tears, and everyone was breaking down.
And the dog's barking,
that poor little dog. It's like, at least pet the dog. Jimmy Hart's laughing. That was a brutal scene, Hulk.
It was so intense.
Of course it was.
That was a shoot, though. I mean, that was like, at the time.
Whose idea was it to, go by the ex's house there?
I don't know.
With a boat.
If I had to guess, it was probably the production company because they were always trying to stir it up. I mean, my son would be on the computer doing his homework. They go, Nick, go throw balloons at the neighbors. I'm like, Nick's not like that, guys. So maybe, I don't know, but they probably told me to pull in there with a boat.
Yeah. And the dog's just barking, and no one's allowed to touch the dog.
Wow, you guys got a good memory.
Oh, please. We
kind of laughed at that one. I'm not going to lie.
We're like, just let him pet the goddamn dog. Enough of this.
Wow.
Did you like filming that reality show?
It was cool. First few years were cool, and then it got rough. It got rough. A lot of people didn't want to work those hours and get up. And when you're doing production, I don't care what kind of show it is. When they're downstairs and they're ready to go at 8 in the morning, if you don't come down, it costs them money because they're on the clock. And when people say, I don't feel like filming today, or tell them to film with somebody else, I'm like, you sign up for this, you got to get your ass downstairs. It got rough, man, the last couple of years. But it was fun at first.
Well, they probably like it when people come down and they're tired and a little bit miserable because you're going to say something that you might not normally say. You're going to do something out of anger that you might not normally do.
That'd be true.
That'd be true.
That'd be true.
You're always in the headlines, man. What happened to the surf shop?
The shoe?
Yeah, what happened, man?
Oh, man. You guys really want to hear this?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's in the news.
Okay.
Jimmy Hart's laughing again. Why do you keep laughing? Will you say something?
You know what? This is great. I mean, last time I saw you guys was about 3 years ago for one of y'all's charities.
Yeah.
We did came out for the WWE, and I'm just with the red and yellow, man. This has been another great run for us. We're back home again with the WWE, and we got Legends House coming out. Me, Piper, Hillbilly Jim, Hacksaw Jim, Doug, and Tony Atlas, to many of on a few on our new WWE network. So I'm happy. This is great.
You haven't changed either. You look exactly the same.
It's great to be alive.
What about me? Am I chopped liver or what?
It's without saying. I mean,
he maintained. You actually looked really good.
I expected you to look the same. I expected him to look like shit. No, you look great, Jay. So what happened, Hulk?
The shoe.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to understand, when you come to Tampa and you land at Tampa Airport, there's signs for St. Pete, Tampa, and Clearwater. Well, when you go to Clearwater, there's a place called Hogan's Beach, about 30 seconds. It's a bar, a restaurant. We bring in DJs on the weekend. We have 3,000-4,000 people, depending on if we bring Cedric or Diplo, whoever we bring in. If you keep going to Clearwater, over where I live, there's a place called Hogan's Beach Shop, which is a little teeny store I kind of set up for, beach hats and suntan lotion. And, of course, we got the TVs everywhere and all the wrestling memorabilia, because when people come in, it's Hogan's Shop.
Sure.
Right? So all this stuff, like the T-shirts and the cups and sunglasses and stuff, that's our product that we make our money on, But specialty things like a belt I wore, or yellow boots with Andre the Giant's blood on them, or workout shoes I had that I signed. We've got a charity called 50 Legs, where we get these prosthetic legs for kids in the area that don't have, a way to get them. And so a lot of that stuff, even though it's like a $20 shoe, we get these corporations to give us $5 or $6 grand for the charity. And all of a sudden we had this shoe there, and somebody offered us a couple grand for it. I said, no, we can get more money for it. That was a Saturday. Well, Sunday I walk in and the shoe's gone. I'm all right, where's the shoe? So my manager, Ron Howard, not the actor, but the guy that manages my store, he called the cops, and he said, we're trying to get about $5,500 or $6 grand for the shoe. So the cops file a police report, and they go, oh, the kids from spring break stole it. It had to be all these kids that are always in your store. I don't think so, man. The kids are cool. I just didn't buy that.
Right.
If they're going to take something, they're not going to take an old shoe.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden we looked at the video surveillance tape, and the police took it. And all of a sudden these like 4 women came in, probably about 50, 55 years old, and they were really big ladies. And one of them, it was about 200, 250 pounds, walked straight to the back, grabbed the shoe, and hid it behind her back and walked out. So the police took the video and all the stuff, and I guess it's public domain or something once they take it.
Right.
Like a deposition or something. And TMZ grabbed it and blew it up. So there's this guy sitting at home in Michigan, sees his wife stealing a shoe on TMZ. He goes, I don't know what the hell's going on, but you need to fix this. So we got the shoe back, but there's been so much publicity, the Clearwater police, and now it's kind of like cross state lines, and the bigger agencies involved now. It's crazy.
What was her excuse?
Wow.
What was her excuse,
She
though?
said she was blatantly drunk, is what she said.
That's an excuse for everything.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Are you pressing charges, full charges?
No. But the police are going after her. I'm out of it. I just got my shoe back.
As long as you got the shoe back, yeah.
But but the kids behave. It's kind of weird to see 50-year-old adults going in and stealing
Right,
stuff.
yeah, acting like assholes.
Crazy.
I wanted to ask you, too. I found, maybe this is old news, but you played bass, and you, how did you audition for Metallica?
I didn't. I heard they needed a bass player, and I was coming off a roll from not hearing back from the Rolling Stones, because I was on a celebrity, like a charity. You know how they have the Grammys and all these stuff. They have something in England, but it was a comedy show, and so I was presenting with Jerry Hall. I said, hey, man, I heard your old man needs a bass player. I played for 10 years, and I was pretty good locally, back in the day. And so I gave her my name and number, and she hit me up for merchandise. I said, I'm going to get a chance here. So I sent all the WWE merchandise to Jerry Hall and stuff. Never heard a word from him. And on that same note, Metallica needed a bass player. And I said, oh, my God, would I love to be in Metallica. So I put the word out everywhere. I wanted to get an audition to be in Metallica. Never heard from them either.
What year was this? This is, you were already big, you were famous.
Well, I quit playing music when I started wrestling in 77. And this was, I don't know.
He's Hulk Hogan, and he still wants to be a rock star.
No,
Everyone wants to
man,
be a goddamn rock star.
Brother, can you imagine being in Metallica?
Exactly.
It would be huge. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Did you think it might be a little inappropriate, though, since you hadn't played bass in 10 years, to say to the Stones, I'm ready for the job?
Brother, they only do 3-chord progressions. I can handle any of those songs.
Yeah, you can probably take that. Metallica might be a little rougher.
Dude, the bass player they got is crazy. The guy they got with long black hair.
Rob Trujillo.
Oh, yeah. He's off the chain.
He's great.
Forget about it.
Why the bass? I'm always interested with guys who played the bass, because that's like, the bassist will always work, because everyone goes for to sing or the electric guitar. I think bassists will always get gigs.
Well, it didn't start out that way. I mean, I was the lead guitar player and playing in all these local. When you're in high school, there's like 5 or 6 local bands. One band's got a good guitar player. One band's got a good singer. One band's got a good drummer. One band's got a good, bass player. Well, I was guitar player in my band, and once all these bands broke up, a lot of the good players got together. I got edged out. I mean, we got a guy named Steve Griggs, a really good guitar player. He looked like Dwayne Allman. He played slide guitar and all kind of stuff. So I was friends with everybody. They didn't want to kick me out of the band, so I got moved back to the bass player.
Plus, you're 6'7". That's probably also a motivator, not throwing you out of the band.
But after a few years, I got pretty darn good at playing bass, so that's how that happened.
What was the name of your band?
The last one was Ruckus. We went through, oh my God, I may even have a picture. I don't know how to show you my pictures.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Might be a couple of fun ones on there.
No, Ruckus was last when there were bands called Coco, and there's several of them.
Coco, what kind of music did you play?
We played anything that was top 40 off the radio to get jobs, and we had some original stuff we used to either play at the beginning of the night or the end of the night.
Right. That's when everyone goes to take a piss or grab a beer.
No one's there, when no one was there, or when everybody was really drunk.
Yeah, nothing worse than when the band that's doing a good job playing covers goes, "Hey, here's one of our own." You're like, "All right, take it easy."
No, when you're at midnight, everybody's jamming. You got to play Proud Mary and Brown Sugar and Aerosmith. You know,
How's Brooke and the X doing? We had the X in here, by the way. Wow, she told a tale or two.
God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Yeah, they wanted her. I was dead set against it.
We were Team Hulk. I don't know what we were doing that day.
We still had your wallet. Anyway,
how's Brooke doing?
Brooke is doing awesome.
Good.
Actually, crazy. She was living in Nashville songwriting for a couple years. Fell in love, I think, with this guy from the Dallas Cowboys. Moved to Dallas. That lasted about 6 or 7 months.
Oh, shit.
Thank God. And then she moved to L.A. And the cool part is my son, Nick, is doing the whole DJ thing, you know. And he's doing really well. He went to this technical school, and he does mixing and mastering and all this stuff. And all kind of commercial stuff, you know, jingles. And he was in with this guy named Poet doing some Black Eyed Peas stuff the other night. So he's in the mix of all these guys. So Brooke, when she went to L.A., she stayed with Nick for a little while, and all of a sudden the apartment right next to Nick opened up. So they actually live side by side.
Oh, wow.
So now I know where both of them are.
Yeah.
At all times.
We had a great time.
I never talked to the ex or see her or anything. So.
Right.
And this...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to ask if you're, are you still going after Gawker, or have you settled that, or are you still suing them?
That's moving forward.
Oh, good.
That's
moving forward.
Moving forward.
That's nice to see. I like to see the fact that you hit back and you're not just going to take them posting your private shit on the internet. Good for you.
There you go.
And that's all you're going to get.
No, you're right. I can't.
No,
yeah, it's litigation, but it's nice to see it's moving forward.
It's definitely moving forward.
And all I'm going to say is I always liked you before, but after seeing that, I like you a whole lot more. Applause.
Well, I got to tell you, you're not my type, so.
No, I don't mean like that. Hold on, let me clarify. I'm not saying that. Just, I don't want to fuck you. I'm just.
Hey, yo, easy.
If it's going to happen to you, might as well have a big piece.
He's just got respect, he says.
Let the world know you have a big piece.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
If it's going to happen, it's not the worst thing.
You don't have to say a word. We understand.
Yeah,
we're all
we're all good.
Well, we wanted to end on a really good note.
They're saying we got to go. We could do this for another hour, Jimmy.
I know. I love it.
Jimmy Hart is doing nothing over there.
WrestleMania 30.
I'm just taking it all in, man. This is great.
All right.
WrestleMania 30. Tell us a little more about it. What are we going to see here?
Are you going to wrestle? You're going to end up wrestling this thing, right?
Man,
you're going to have to take a few bumps.
Easy.
They
should be running into my fist now. They should be. I actually ended up in the ring a couple weeks ago with Cena.
Yeah.
And they got Bray Wyatt and the whole Wyatt family, and all those degenerates, and all of a sudden I'm out there doing a promo with Cena, and the cow mask comes on, the rocking chair, here they come. It was kind of weird, man, because the people were with it.
Yeah.
So even though I'm the host, and I know I'm going to be flipping switches and pushing buttons and doing whatever a host does, any of those young guys, man, I got a receipt. I've been pent up for a long time. I mean, I've been through a lot, brother. I'd like to unload on one of those young guys as they cross line.
He's going to be.
We'll see that.
He's taking bumps. It's obvious.
I hope so.
And you know what's so cool about it? Hulk will be so busy anyhow with WrestleMania Access, of course, and then we've got the Hall of Fame. Major part of that, I'm sure. And, of course, like you said, the host of WrestleMania 30, April the 6th. So it's a good run for us. We're just glad to be back, man. Back home, right, Hulkster?
Oh, yeah.
How long have you guys known each other?
Keep on dancing.
How long have you known each other?
35 years? 30, 35?
Hulk, we've known each other since we started in Memphis together, really, back in the old Jerry Lawler territory with Andy Coppin back in the day. We've been friends for over 34, 35 years.
Wow. My God.
Jimmy played me. He had a hit song, Keep On Dancing.
Before you guys were born, one-hit wonders. I guess it's better to have one hit than no hits, right?
Yeah.
We did all that Dick Clark tour back then, and Sonny and Cher, the Beach Boys. It was bus tours back then, though, guys. But Hullabaloo
no private
Shindig,
plane back then.
Hullabaloo Shindig, where the action is.
Who were some of the bands that used to open for you? What, Jefferson Starship?
Oh, no, I wish it was. I was the story. Oh, wait a minute. The Beatles. No, you know what? A quick story. We were at the Whiskey A Go Go, and we had the hit record. Our warm-up group for every night for 2 weeks was the Buffalo Springfield. They didn't even have a hit record or album out then.
Wow.
So but we did all that Dick Clark stuff with Paul Revere and the Raiders. And I don't want to bore you, put y'all to sleep on this, but they're probably saying, "What group is that? Paul Revere and the Raiders? Are you crazy?"
No, I know Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Dick Clark was good to rock guys, wasn't he? Like
He was
Kiss.
great.
And a lot of rock guys really loved Dick Clark.
Great.
He's good to everybody, bro.
We got to get Hulk out of here. He's
Yes.
busy.
WrestleMania. Let's see when it take place.
April 6th.
April
brother.
6th, week from Sunday.
Off from the Superdome.
Great, man.
And you can get it on the WWE Network, man.
Hey, thanks for coming in.
You guys are
About
awesome,
time.
man.
Always fun to sit down
Yeah, come back and see us,
and talk
Hulk.
with you guys.
Thank you.
Does he creep you out, by the way, Hulk, real quick?
He's a huge.
Have you seen him
look at
before?
him. He's all giddy.
Have you seen him before?
You're one of his heroes.
Yeah, I think he's one of the ex's boyfriends.
Playing E-Rock. Do you have anything you want to say to Hulk?
Please.
E-Rock, you want to say
Did I just
something?
say
You did. You did.
Hulkamania shirt.
That was a setup. He's on my team.
Yep.
Can we get it? Have it the last word to Hulk and go to E-Rock? I mean, because we love you, but he
One question.
worships you.
Erock, anything?
You're literally one of his heroes of all
He
time.
worships you.
Do you have plans to continue on with the WWE after WrestleMania 30 and the Raw thereafter?
Very good.
You mean the next day, Raw?
The next day, Raw.
You mean I have to plan that far ahead?
Yes.
I'm definitely there. I will be at the Raw after WrestleMania, and I do have plans to continue on for quite some time, brother.
Whoa! There's a scoop.
I don't
There's
know.
a scoop.
How about
There you
E-Rock?
go.
You tell Hulk what he means to you.
Yeah.
He was number 2 on my heroes list.
Exactly. How about
Oh,
you tell him what he
boy.
means to you?
Who's
You love
number
this
one?
guy.
Was my dad.
Oh, man.
Yeah, see that? Like how
You have
embarrassing.
the opportunity to take
He's
number
all,
1
you're
right now.
embarrassing, Hulk.
That's cool.
Moving up quickly
Yeah.
to the #1 spot.
Don't feel so good. Opie was number 3.
I was.
Exactly.
It was
Why'd you have to blow up his
It was
spot?
a real fast drop off.
Yeah. After his dad, it was just other famous guys. Tell him what he means to you. You love this guy. He's right here.
Well, yeah. Since I was a little kid,
Right.
the cartoon show, Superstars on Saturday, WrestleMania's trying to watch through squiggled cable because my parents wouldn't pay for the pay-per-view.
Oh man,
Had the shirts, the wrestling buddy, everything.
still do.
I know. Well,
You
somewhat.
have the Hulk Hogan pajamas?
No, never had the pajamas.
then you're not a
but I
real-
would still wear them now.
Yeah.
He's a little
cool, man.
Hulkamaniac right there.
He's a maniac, brother.
This
Can
guy's
you-
great.
Can you get him pajamas? Do they still make them?
I don't know. What
Adam's our man over here
Yeah.
in WWE.
We know Adam.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's
will
get the little
so wear them to
Hulkamaniacs in
work.
pajamas.
Oh, my
He
God.
loves
We got to
you.
get him out of here.
All right, the great Hulk
The great Hulk Hogan,
guys,
everyone.
Thank you
Thanks so
guys,
much,
man.
man.
Thank you so much.
Hey, that wasn't us. I would have talked to Hulk for another half hour easily.
Yeah, that was cool.
They said Hulk Hogan's got to go, and now he's just hanging out on one of our computers eating breakfast.
Doesn't matter. It's the same thing that happened with Bernard Hopkins. It's like I know Sway.
Roland, what happened?
All right, but they're running behind them. We shouldn't have to cut our interview short. I'm not saying you should. Your fault, but we.
Where's he going next, Way?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he's eating breakfast.
We were all saying we were just getting started. I would love to have him for at least another half hour.
You guys some breakfast.
Yeah, Hulkamania he was hungry.
All
like
right.
his fellow fan.
And then we were trying to figure out the song that Jimmy Hart was involved with when he was in the Gentrys. Song
Yeah.
called this one.
You remember this song?
This sounds like a lot of fun.
Now I go.
That my favorite Martian?
Well, they're putting a whole bunch of things together.
I love people talking about how great TV used to be. Yeah, really, some real hits.
You didn't like My Favorite Martian?
No, I don't.
With Bill Bixby.
No.
Bobby! Bobby Moynihan for the first time on the Opie and Anthony show.
Hi, Bobby.
How are you?
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, man?
Very good, sir.
I got to start with this. Sam keeps saying you're a fan of our show. I don't believe it because we hear it.
I don't believe it.
Because we hear it so many times from people that are, famous or whatever, and then you ask them a few questions and it falls apart and it turns out they're not fans of the show.
Yeah, no, I was. I listened to for.
Was.
No, I used to listen to all the time in like the Psycho Mark days. Like that was
the old NEW.
NEW.
Yeah, no, I
NEW
listened
days.
for many, many years. My first acting job, I got like extra work in some awful Richard Grieco movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was the day you guys did the Voyeur bus.
Oh,
that was a good one. Jimmy got arrested, yeah.
And I sat there,
Jeez.
I think, for 9 hours listening to that, and then they were like, all right, you're ready to go, and I didn't go. Like, I went and hid in the stairwell so I could finish listening to the show.
To the show and
then ended up not being in that movie.
Oh,
That
man.
was-
So
they
thanks,
cut you out.
twice.
That was an
Well, you
amazing.
did get the gig, though.
I was there. I was supposed to be shooting it. It was like one of my first acting jobs.
Wow.
And I just bailed on it
But
because I
that
was listening
Voyeur
to
bus
the end of the
was
show.
amazing.
Yeah, but that's a real fork of two careers.
Right.
I'm spending the night in jail with Louis Black trying not to shit my pants, and you're on a fucking acting
Right.
job. You definitely won.
My very first one. But I lost it because I just left. I went and hid in the stairwell, listened to the rest of it.
We
and then
made a
went
lot of
home.
mistakes that day. We invited CNN on the bus thinking they would give us a nice positive piece on the whole thing.
Positive piece. Yeah.
And then she jumped out. It was Julie Mose, whatever her name
Yeah,
is.
I
And then she jumped out at City Hall to talk to Giuliani like he was going to be like, yeah, the city needs more of this. Oh, we got railroaded. We got killed for that one.
Yeah, that was an awful day.
We didn't get fired, though. We didn't get fired for that one.
Lucky us.
Yeah.
I missed spending the weekend in jail by a few hours. Me and Louis both smoked back then. I've talked about that. Was the worst part of it. Was there's nowhere to shit because the cells are so filthy and there's bugs and it's just gross. And the doors, there's no door in front of the toilets. You'd be shit in front of 30 fucking Spanish guys just looking at you.
I would have shit. I would have had to.
No, I held it.
My body starts like telling me it's gonna
breaking
come out.
down.
And yeah, no, you start sweating and stuff, and body temperature goes down.
Everyone think you're insane, then no one bothers.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good move right there.
Or they put your face in like a dog and make you clean it.
Or that.
Like you go one of two ways.
So could we get past the awkward part and then we can move on?
You seem so awkward. I wouldn't.
No, well, we Sam, of course, tells us that you heard us breaking down one of your appearances.
You guys are fucking assholes. I'm not going to come tell you to your face. No. I look at it this way. It's like Rickles. It's like,
oh, God.
I listened to it for a long time. Like when I'll tell you the honest to God truth.
Yeah.
The night I said I haven't listened to O&A for a while.
no.
Let me go on YouTube to see what's going on. One of the first things that comes up is O&A drunk uncle, and I'm like,
what?
What are the chances? And honestly, my first thought was, oh no, do they do something like called drunk uncle? And I haven't seen it. I got terrified. Listened to it, and then was like, oh no, it's the complete opposite.
Oh no. It was
a tough spot.
Well, yeah, try being there.
Yeah, can you walk us through that? Because there was the 12-12-12 thing, and Seth Meyers brought you out, and that was a really weird place to have it.
That is a contextual bit. It's something that you need to do.
Sitting behind a desk.
Sitting behind the desk with like on the news.
With only your face up close on television.
There you go, right?
Exactly. I will defend ourselves in a little bit, saying we were aware that was a tough spot, but that's not going to like stop us from just beating the shit out of somebody.
Oh, I wouldn't,
because we would do the same
any other way.
We've done the same thing to ourselves. You know?
I'm familiar. Yeah,
because no one was paying attention.
You jumped on my homeless cake. The homeless cake of my life.
There you go.
I think you're doing just fine there, Bob. You're doing all right, buddy.
Who did you go on after?
Oh, good Lord. It was the worst. I went in between Kanye West and Billy Joel.
Oh, jeez.
Did Kanye go too long? I thought they said he went in too long.
Not only did he go too long, he was in a kilt and a mask, and the last 45 seconds of it were just him screaming, I believe, the word hate, or just screaming something. Just screaming, and then threw the mic down, and then they're like, well, here comes this fat dude in a costume.
Right. With bright lights just hitting the crowd.
It was nuts.
He was backlit. I thought he was awful at that.
I don't like Kanye West.
I just didn't like the stage performance.
I don't get Kanye West at all, but whatever. Oof.
Went over too long. Like, who are you to go over when McCartney is waiting to go on?
That's what I mean. He usually puts on a good show, but it's just in the context of it, you have a sea of very, very rich people from New Jersey who are there to, like, literally only see Bon Jovi. And Chris Christie's in the audience. And then in the fourth or fifth hour of it, after Kanye...
Did they love the audience love him? It didn't look to us like they loved him.
No, I would go as far as saying no. Might not have been his crowd. They were definitely waiting for Billy Joel more than anything.
Yeah.
2 days before it happened, I got a thing from SNL saying, hey, do you want to do this thing? And I in my mind, I was like, oh, they asked me to do something. Like, this is very nice. Like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And then very slowly found out, it was Madison Square Garden, and then was like, oh no, that's terrifying. Yeah. And then when they said you're going to get dressed before you go, like in the costume before, I was like, well, that seems like a silly idea. I feel like I should just go and get dressed there like an adult. And that was when I knew it was going to be the weirdest night ever, was getting in a car dressed in the costume and like Bill Clinton standing there, and you're like, oh, hi. Hello.
No.
I have a fake drink in my hand. Like it was pretty rough. And then I think Adam Sandler went up and did a bit, and it didn't go over as well because this is like a Sandy relief.
Right.
And they're there to see the most amazing bands in the world. They don't want the 10-minute comedy bit in between. So once Sandler didn't do so hot, and then Chris Rock went out and like did amazing for Chris Rock. I mean, like, even for that, like it was like he's phenomenal. Yeah. They weren't having that either.
So you must have been happy. I'm always rooting when I have to go on for every other funny person to die a slow death. Then I can't do any worse.
Right.
That's what I always root.
Oh no, I thought like I could definitely do worse.
And correctly so.
Right before I went on, Chris Rock was like, "Hey man, don't do it." He's like, hey, I got an idea. Don't go out there. He was like, they're going to tear you apart. He's like, is Lauren here? Like, let me talk to Lauren. I'll see if I can get you out of it. And I was like, this is going to be the worst. And he's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, they're going to hate it. And I was like, it was almost the best thing that could have happened, because 5 seconds before I went out, I literally was like, well, I'm going to see how fast I can get through this, because they did not want it. And I walked out. Kanye West finished, and I walked out to a sea of people just standing up to go get beers. Oof. Like most of them going, no clue, could have cared less who I was, waiting for Billy Joel to come out, and I just tried to get through it as quickly as possible. Yeah. If you look in the wide shot, you see me going like this with my finger, like hurry up, make the monitor, make the thing go quicker.
Can I ask you about that too? You had seen the sketch before? Had you done that one before, or how much time did you have to learn it and all that stuff?
We have a day, and like at SNL especially, like a day turns into the 2 hours before you're supposed to do it. So I mean, like, we had a day, and I was like, oh, I've done this a bunch of times on the show. People seem to enjoy it on there. Sure. And wrote a bunch of stuff, and then kind of didn't think about it. And then once we got there and started putting the stuff on the teleprompter, I was like, oh, we should have done like half of this. Like this is like. Couldn't you? I was taking it like a weekend update thing. I was like 7 pages, a good solid 4.5 minutes.
Wow.
I should have done a minute and a half and stage dived.
Right.
Is there a moment?
Good for you.
On SNL, they never break that fourth wall. Like I was always like as a comic, I would want to just start acknowledging what happened. Like, all right, I know he went too long, and you guys are not liking me. Like, are you guys just trained to not break that wall and just address what's going on?
Yeah, in a way. I mean, like, I think part of it, too, is, like, if in any way you improvise, or if in any way, like, you do something that wasn't supposed to be done, like, you add 10 or 15 seconds, especially if it gets a laugh, you add 10 or 15 seconds on, and then at the end of the show, someone's sketch gets cut. Right. Because it's all live and timed out, so they don't let you do that as much.
Yeah. Even if it's killing, you would think they would go, all right, we got to let this happen. I mean,
so sometimes, but then you just answer to the person who's, like, at the end of the night when you're, like, your buddy who works for 72 hours.
But shouldn't they understand? Because they understand,
it's happened
comedy
before,
and all that. Yeah.
It happens, and they always have backups. Like that's why, like, every once in a while, at the very last thing of the night, will be a commercial that you've seen already a couple times, and it's just because they either didn't have enough time or they had too much time, so they just throw something.
Right. Fill it up. Yeah.
So what happens when you walked off? The minute you walked off, what are you thinking?
Before I walked off, I was like, well, that was the worst feeling I've ever had.
And then we rub it.
I know.
I think I'm getting too old.
There was a moment where they were like, okay, now you have to take pictures right afterwards, and I'm still in the costume, and I'm like, this feels weird. Like, this is like a benefit for people. Like, and I felt weird taking pictures in the costume. Right. Kind of did a couple, and then I went in what was now Billy Joel's dressing room because he was on stage. They were like, literally, we don't have anyone changing their costume, so you can just go in this room, which was the room that Billy Joel was in, changed in Billy Joel's dressing room, immediately ran down the stairs out of Madison Square Garden. I lived a couple blocks away at the time. And I was halfway home walking when somebody saw me and was like, hey, weren't you? I just saw you in Madison Square Garden. And I was like, 10 minutes later, I'm walking home with my bag, and then I got a phone call that was like, your limo's here to pick you up and take you home. I was like, I'm already
cowering in my home.
I'm already halfway home.
You wanted to just get out of there.
I've never fled a building quicker. It was the weirdest.
You didn't want to stick around and meet
At
the
one
celebrities?
point, I was standing backstage. Katie Holmes just looked at me, and I said, hi. And she went, what are you?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was.
What are you?
I'm a 37-year-old man in a costume in front of all the most amazing musicians of our time.
What is the costume? I don't remember the costume. Like, how is it a costume?
Just meaning like a wig and a jacket, like anything, anything not this.
Anything not you.
Yeah. It was.
Man,
that was quite an evening.
Our buddy's on SNL this weekend, Louis C.K.
Yeah, he's the best.
Oh, he's hosting.
He's hosting second time. That's going to be great.
He's been working on the monologue, too. His monologue's going to be really funny, yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
He's the greatest.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that just kind of the 20, 30 year out of nowhere. Just
a completely brilliant dude, too. When he came, I was lucky enough to do a sketch with him last time when he was there, and it was one of my favorite things I've ever done on the show.
You got one this time.
Huh? No, I got nothing. I was too worried about coming here.
I got nothing.
That's another thing too. Is like also like normally, no offense to any other hosts, but like you're like, I got this. When it's Louis C.K., you have to pitch an idea to. You're like, oh boy.
Oh yeah.
I've been worried about that pitch for a week now. Going like, how do you tell the
that's got to be a little
men in the world? Like, I have this idea where you're a gay fireman. Like, you're like an asshole.
How do you guys? What if you just give a bad pitch to a sketch you know is good? Like, and is it just shot, or can you ever repitch it?
Sometimes that happens. I had a particularly there's a lot of fake pitching going on. There's a lot of you lie so that your joke gets a laugh on Wednesday when it matters. Like, because if you go, hey, I have this idea, and they laugh at it, then on Wednesday when we start to read the sketch, they're like, oh, this is that idea. So then they don't laugh as much, or you've already burned that joke.
Right.
So a lot of pitching is completely fake. But I've had the thing where I've made a fake pitch going like, well, I'll just say this and hopefully this will get a laugh and then I can move on.
Right.
And then the host is like, that's amazing. And then you're stuck writing this thing that... And sometimes it works out, and sometimes it doesn't.
But what you mean the fake pitch? So they pitch it before what, on the Tuesday?
Like tonight, I'll go in after this. At some point, I'll go in and start thinking of ideas or start writing, and then at some point tonight, Louis will come in to Lauren's office, and we'll all sit. We all get called in and sit there, and every cast member and writer pitches their idea, but it's not necessarily what they're really doing.
That's got to be.
But if everyone knows that, why would they waste the time?
It's a lot of tradition.
Right. Lauren's into tradition, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I've heard that over the years.
Louis said something interesting. I was talking to him about this, and I'm like, is it awkward when guys pitch stuff to you? And he said, no, not at all. He said some guys will get bothered if you don't use their idea, and he goes, other guys are more task-oriented. I thought it was so smart that he said task-oriented. Like, some guys just realize, or a writer will realize, like, okay, the task is to get a funny sketch. This didn't hit, but...
Yeah, and the thing is, you're so beaten into every week, essentially auditioning for the same show that you're already on. Every week, it's like... Especially with somebody like Louis C.K., like, we have a lot of people on the cast right now. There's, I think it's the biggest cast in history. It's like 17 people.
Wow.
So it's harder to get stuff on now than it was in my first year, almost. But then, when it's somebody like Louis C.K., where you're like, oh, I want to do something with this guy, like, you get, like... You start getting into that territory where you start asking people, like, oh, what are you writing? Like, oh, game show? Okay, well, I'm not going to write a game show because then the math and, like, you start to try and figure out what you should be doing. So, I got this funny idea. Like, what do you think? But that's why I love Louis, because when he came in, me and a buddy, Neil Casey had this idea. He's a comedy writer. Had this idea for a sketch, and we pitched it to him, and Louis was like, that's great, except I think I want to play Bobby's part. And I was just like, he's like, I never get to play, like, characters. Like, he's like, it's always me just being me. And we did this sketch where he was like a hotel clerk.
Oh, right.
I remember that.
Yeah. And it was his idea to play the part of the hotel clerk. Because when you're on the show, you're just trying to write for yourself to get on. And I was like, that's brilliant. And it got on because he played that part. It wouldn't have, and he helped us so much with it, and, like, it was a blast. It was one of the easiest and funnest things I've ever done on the show.
Is there a sketch that you wanted to get on badly with a host that you know would have been good that just didn't make it for whatever reason?
Oh, of course.
What's one host or something you wanted to do that just didn't happen?
I did one recently, this character, this stupid character named Janet. I'm like an older lady who's going through menopause and just keeps meeting celebrities and trying to take them home with her to sleep with them. She's very self-deprecating, and it's kind of, they're awful and weird. I did one with Drake, and it did really well, and I was super happy with it. I felt like it was where I wanted it to be. And then the night of the show, I got like, it was the first time it had ever happened. I had like 101 fever. I got bad stomach virus.
Oh, wow. Oh, you were sick.
Yeah, and I've never had that happen during a live show before. So I had written two things that had gotten in that week. And
oh, damn it.
So it was like a particularly like heavy week for me. And then I also was doing Chris Christie, which I'd only done once before, and I'm awful at impressions. I don't like doing impressions.
Well, you do original characters more.
Yeah, I try to, or whatever fat person is in the news. I'll come in. I'm like, hey, I've been working on a pendulette, and they're like, you're Wendy the Snapple lady. I'm like, okay. It's a lot of I get put in a lot of shapes. But I did Chris Christie, and you can see it on camera. Like, I start sweating, and then that was it. Like, I didn't come back till the last sketch of the night because I was just throwing up.
Oh, you were
passed out the entire time. And
food poisoning, or
I just had some crazy stomach virus. It just for like 3 or 4 days was just. I was a heavy smoker. I haven't had a cigarette in 3 months since then because that night, like, I was so like.
The guy, I think I'm dying.
I was, and like the best was going up to Lauren, and he's in between dress and air, and he's like, so, you know, how you feeling? And I'm like, I'm like 37 years old, my chin starts to quiver. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this.
Wow.
And he just looked at me very blankly and went, but how are you feeling? And just kind of repeated it again, and I was like, I have to do this. There's no one else who's going to play Chris Christie, so it was.
Did he pull it off?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I haven't. I'll be honest. I haven't gone back and watched that one.
We could do that right now if you'd like.
I was waiting for you guys. I was waiting to just come in and hear you guys playing the old drunk uncle stuff. I was like,
you just gave us an hour of radio for tomorrow.
Oh man,
not gonna do that again.
Have you met anybody that you've done on the show like Christie? And
yeah, I met him. He was super nice. Super nice guy.
Had he seen? What you've done?
Yeah, he loved it.
He did?
I think the day after, the only thing he said was like, I loved it. I just wish you would have let me come say live from New York. And then he was there a couple weeks later. He did Update. He came on and did the show. He's been very nice. He sent a nice letter to my family, which was very wonderful.
Probably audited them because they live in New Jersey.
Right.
It was.
Don't do that again.
Nice. That's nice
cool.
Guy.
That's cool.
Guy Fieri. I played him on the show, and he.
Yes.
Oh, who played did you do the hairdresser thing?
We didn't. We didn't. I think it was an off week. Anytime something happens with someone that I play on the show, it's always like a week off.
The Guy Fieri thing was hilarious. Yeah.
Was it extreme?
As always. He sent me a lot of texts. They're spelled the way that he talks. Like,
yes, of course.
That was off the hook. Like, he's the greatest.
D.A. Hook. Oh, no.
I expect nothing less.
Love it. He does our show a lot. We like him.
So, yeah, when you do it with the news, it has to be topical, right? Like, so he had that hairdresser fight. You guys are off. You can't do it in 2 weeks?
Well, you can, but then you look at like Daily Show and all like late night and all those shows. Like they've had a week and a half of doing those jokes. Yeah. So sometimes you'll do it and then
falls flat.
Either that or like they've already gotten all the.
That is hilarious.
Look at this Guy Fieri.
That looks just like it.
Isn't that amazing?
Jesus Christ, it looks just like him.
Yeah, but your eyes are open really wide. Oh yeah, Guy does that. What's the worst bomb you've had? Like in like one on the show that you're like, oh God, I'm live on the air and this is not going.
Wow, I don't know.
That's the part. Sorry to interrupt you. That's the part that amazes me about you guys is the way you can hold it together in a sketch. And doing stand-up is almost easier because you can break it and go like, all right, and then try to get a laugh. But when you're committed to a fucking sketch, man, that's
stuck.
That's frightening.
You have nowhere to go.
Update's kind of the only time when you can get away with that stuff. If you're, I've been lucky enough that I've never been in a sketch where something went wrong. Like I was in one with Kevin Hart. It was like the last sketch of the night, and we were running out of time, and they just started pulling cue cards out.
Oh my God!
And Kevin Hart, you can kind of see his head going like with them, like because you're just reading cue cards, like that's it. Like you're essentially reading on live television,
right?
Sometimes for the first time. Like I've been in some sketches where I've come out and there's brand new stuff there because a writer didn't get to you in time, like didn't get to you before, so you're just reading brand new things, and it's
live
it's
on the
terrifying. But we did one sketch at the Jude Law show where I was in a cop costume getting ready to go on, and they were like, "We're not doing that. We're doing a different sketch." And it was like you have 30 seconds to change into like this white old like a 70s style white suit, a turban, a beard. And then you can see it on air, like, as I sit down in the chair, they're still putting the walls up for the sketch. And, like, we just made it, but you can see the guy's fingers holding it up the whole time because they didn't have time to secure it. And then you're like, I remember that being like, oh, I'm on Saturday Night Live. Like, this could go wrong at any second. And then the second it was over was the good nights. I went to change, and inside my suit it said Jay Belushi. And I was like, wow. Like, that's the craziest thing in the world.
That was his?
Yeah, it was either his or Jim Belushi's. But
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. I never considered.
No, I actually found a picture
Jim's.
upstairs with him in that,
Why didn't you
with
just take it
John
home?
in that suit.
I would have taken it home.
I would have, if I had known better now, if I had known, if I had been there longer. That was like my first or second year. If I was there now, it would have mysteriously just
fired for pilfering.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
How long have you been there?
embarrassing.
Right? Yeah.
How many years?
6 now.
We're up to 6 already.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you like to do on the off time? Anything fun?
Yeah, I mean, when the show is on, that's pretty much all I do. I mean, other that
I can
and
only
working.
imagine.
Yeah.
It's like a whole week.
Yeah, it's, I mean,
It's
for
like
a school
the whole
year,
week.
you're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
worrying about trying to get stuff on.
But you get summers off.
Yeah, it's like teaching.
Summers
Yeah,
off.
That's kind of nerve-wracking.
Now I've been there long enough that I get to do other stuff.
Are they still
also,
doing those long hours too, where you're there just 20 hours at a time?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, you kind of make your own hours a little bit, but yeah, if it's like a week like this where you're like, I want to get something on, like, because it's Louis C.K., you know, like you're really excited. We've been off for a while, like, you know, like, yeah, I'll probably go in tonight for pitch, and then I'll go back tomorrow at like 1. Depending on how the night goes, I'll get home, you know, I could either go home early, which is like 3, or go home at 10 in the morning, shower, and come back for the read-through an hour later.
You do that where you just get no sleep at all?
I've done that, yeah. Not every week. I mean, in the beginning, it was more of like, I'm going to stay up all night because I'm on Saturday Night Live. now it's like I'm 37. I'm kind of tired. Like,
They're just gonna go home.
Yeah, Jonah Hill's hosting. He's going to get all my parts, so I'm just going to go home. There are weeks like that.
Oh, do you hate that when the host looks like you a little bit or has the same body type?
Oh, the second I saw, and it's funny if you go watch, I'm not in the Jonah Hill show. Like,
oh wow,
like I'm only in a couple pre-tapes. But yeah, that happens a lot.
You got to pitch every sketch you write has to have 2 fat guys in it.
Yeah.
No, offense, but, you know.
No, trust me, I get it.
What?
Wow, man.
You're doing this. I saw this to this Chosen, the FX sitcom. Is it a comedy or is it more of a drama to cartoon where you play a gay white gangster rapper?
Yeah, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
What is the voice
of
of him?
Archer? This character I used to do a long time ago. Kind of just started doing it for this. He's just a real loud, abrasive gay gentleman who does not care about what he says to anybody, and he's very secure with his own life. He just got out of jail.
For what?
He gets set up by Method Man's character for a bunch of crimes that he did not commit. He was in a rap group. Chosen was in a rap group with Method Man's character, Michael Pena's character, and Hannibal Buress. We're in a rap group as kids, and then I start to take more of the spotlight, and Method Man doesn't like it, so he sets me up for a couple crimes. I go to jail for 15 years and then get out and try and start my rap career over.
And he's still in it? What, in flashbacks?
No, he comes back. Yeah, he comes back into my life because I'm trying to break into the rap career that I never had, and he's already like a superstar now.
Oh, okay. After he fucked you over.
Yeah, you know, it's the plot of every cartoon.
Yeah. Remember Gangsta Fag? There was a guy called himself Gangsta Fag who was supposed to be a gay gangster rapper, and then we actually liked his stuff, but then we heard that he wasn't legit, or
that was the character, right?
I think so. There's a couple guys.
Yeah. This was like really like hardcore brutal.
Oh, he just rapped about fucking guys in the ass, but it was really quite good.
Who turned us on to that? Rogan, was it? Back in
I want to say it was Joe Rogan. Wow.
I think it might have been, yeah.
I don't remember.
Very good.
You doing films?
A couple here and there, yeah. I've been doing a lot of voiceover work and stuff. I just did a couple Pixar movies, and then...
Oh, boy.
Which ones?
I was in Monsters University.
You were?
Yeah.
Who'd you play?
It's coming out.
I've seen the movie a million times already.
The bad guy's little sidekick. I'm Chet. I'm like a little one-eyed crab.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
How do you know what voice
I'm
to
even
do?
chubby in cartoons.
Do you pitch voices and they go like, nah, that's not what it's supposed to sound like? Or do you get one shot at it?
Yeah, no, for this one, especially, it was, I think Dan Scanlon, the director, saw me in a sketch on SNL and was like, I like that voice, and then kind of, I came in and did a couple different things, and then we kind of settled on one thing, and then they changed the character a little bit to, you know, like he had big overbite, so it was like kind of a lisp and stuff, like, yeah, just making it up as you go.
Oh, that sounds fun.
That's everyone loves doing those. Everyone you talk to that's done a Pixar is like, yeah.
It's not a bad
You
gig,
walk
yeah.
in, you read some shit.
It's the best. The complex itself is absolutely insane. Yeah.
Right.
They said
really?
Eddie Murphy is the master of those. Like they said, no one is better at doing like the fucking animated.
Yeah.
Like he's just got it down to a science.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best job you could have.
Dress how you want.
Do it. Yeah.
Hold your paper. Read the lines.
Do it 1,000
easy.
times, and then they
Sounds
decide
easy.
which one they want to use. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh right, yeah.
Well, it's up to them. I'm trying to find your character to show these guys, but
Oh, I haven't even seen that yet.
you,
Oh, that's just a clip.
Have you watched this 1,000 times?
oh god, Monsters University is a go-to. Oh, we just got the Frozen DVD. I've already seen that 10 times.
I couldn't.
We've had it a week.
Having kids and having it
over and over and over again.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Are you in Frozen too?
No, I auditioned for it, didn't get it.
Yeah, Josh Gad did a great job.
Yeah, he's the best.
At the part you auditioned for?
Yeah.
Oh, you went for the Josh Gad part?
Yeah.
How
He's
close
great.
did you get?
I don't know. Who knows?
But I mean, like, did you get callback or?
Yeah, I got brought in to sing and then do that, but he's a phenomenal.
He killed it.
Singer.
He killed it in Frozen.
A really nice dude.
Yeah, oh, we love him.
Yeah, you're kind of like sing as a hobby thing.
I used to, when I was a kid, I did theater and stuff like that. I haven't done it in forever. And now I was a heavy smoker for a long time, so probably not.
Brings it down a couple
leave
of
the singing
octaves.
to Josh Gad. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything you gotten called back for that you came really close to and just didn't get, and you've seen it and you're like, I could have done that?
I remember getting a script for a movie and going like, this would be nice to do a movie with a tiger. And then, like, going in and getting called back and then never hearing anything again and then hearing, like, The Hangover. Well, that seems like an...
I swear to God, I thought, who are you going to be in Life of Pi?
The hippo, yeah.
That's the first thing I thought of. Oh, okay.
The Hangover.
Yeah, I was like, and then, like, realizing I was like, well, it's probably going to be a shitty movie anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna bomb.
Yeah. Like, no
one's gonna see that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well,
but nothing other than that, like, where I was just like, oh, well, there was even a slight remote chance I might have been in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that... every once in a while, I'll see a movie come out. Like, I auditioned for this De Niro, Michelle Pfeiffer film that they did, which I heard was an atrocity.
What was that one?
The one where they...
Mob,
Luc Besson directed it. It was, the mob one where they're in Switzerland. Some other dumb fucking mob
Family or
movie.
something.
Oh, just idiocy. But, and I gave it a fairly heinous audition.
Yeah.
Terrible job. I'm not a mafia hitman. I'm not even a radio guy or comic. Why the fuck would I play a mafia hitman? You freeze.
I called in to play an FBI agent for something, and I remember being like, you've seen my picture, right? Like, you've seen, like, this is probably not the best idea.
Yeah, I always think of guys that should be, like, they say, well, you never know. They just go in there and do it because you never know what they're looking for. That's true, but most mafia hitmen I've seen look a similar way. It's like, I've never seen a lot of, like, Christopher Walken, all right, but, you know, he was walking by the time he did True Romance. It's not me.
Yeah.
It's not me.
You did a movie with a good buddy of mine. One of my best friends, Eugene Cordero, was in Furry Vengeance.
You know, I never saw, who did he play?
I think he was with you. He's like one of your construction buddies, isn't it? Filipino guy.
Oh, I loved him. Yes, Patrice loved him, too. He was, he played, what's his real, Eugene?
Eugene Cordero, yeah.
Okay, yes, I do remember him. He played, he wasn't the supervisor or the guy that worked with, for the people wrecking the area. There was one guy who was kind of like a fucking yes man for the company that was ruining the area, and then there was Eugene. I just saw a picture of him recently.
You never watched that movie?
Never, no.
No.
No. The only thing I ever watched from that movie was an outtake I have of Patrice. We were doing this thing where he had to go down the bottom of, he had to walk down the bottom of a hill, and that dummy slipped and fucking like ran into the camera at the bottom of the hill. And I never laughed harder than anybody in my life, and so I asked them to replay it for me on the monitor. And as they did, I filmed it with my iPhone. I think I showed you guys.
Yeah,
I want to post that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But just watching him fucking just like he didn't fall on his face, but he just kind of ran into the camera.
Right.
And you can see Brooke Shields laughing at him. It was really great. So, but I've never seen the movie.
Bobby's got to go. Not because us, I swear.
Yeah, sure.
Travis, tell him. Tell him, Travis.
Yeah, Roland just told me that Bobby's got to go.
Yeah, Roland.
Yeah, but Roland just wraps things up because Roland feels like it.
Roland gets hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are we promoting? We're promoting Saturday Night Live with our pal Louis C.K. this weekend.
Yes.
What else you got going on, Bobby?
Sam Smith is on it, doing music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Chosen right now on. It'll be on tonight on FX at 10:30.
Very cool.
10:30.
We'll have to check that out.
Oh, and you're Bibby Moynihan on Instagram.
Correct.
And on Twitter. Why Bibby? I guess Bobby was taken.
It was, but I weirdly enough, everyone's called me Bibby for a long time, so that was just a nickname. It stuck.
Why Bibby?
Me and Eugene Cordero and another buddy, when we were first doing comedy, went on some talk show, and they said, "And you are Bobby?" And I don't know why. I said, "No, it's Bibby." And they said, "Oh, it's Bobby." I was like, "It's a common mistake," and just for some reason, it's stuck.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Right on.
All right, well, Bibby, thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Bibby.
Really nice to meet you finally, Bobby.
No sweat. I can't wait to listen to you guys tear me apart on the
No,
I'm
we promise.
joking. It was an honor to be here.
Come
guys.
back and see us, all right?
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Bobby Moynihan, everyone.
Excuse me.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
It's official. They're saying that the Malaysian airplane there crashed in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah.
All lives were lost.
Oh,
Who's saying this? It's everywhere.
Malaysian Prime Minister.
They said they got enough data to conclude that today. Finally.
They might have actually identified.
What's that, Jimmy?
I'm sorry. I wonder if they identified one of the plane parts pretty obviously. Like,
Yeah.
They're pretty much making it official right now. And then what? Prime Minister's going to talk in an hour or something like that?
Yeah.
Soon?
I've been texting with him, but he said you have to wait.
Release Tuesday, release Thursday, Saturday, that. I still don't know what those look like, but I guess they do. Whatever pieces those are floating around. Ooh, moments ago. What did he see?
Well, I mean, we're behind all this stuff. When they finally show us an image, they've had it for, what, 4 days or something like that?
Yeah.
Well,
The Prime Minister said it went down in the southern Indian Ocean.
Yeah.
Citing new analysis.
But that's citing new analysis, not necessarily.
Satellite data by a British satellite company and accident investigators.
Oh.
No reason to humiliate Anthony.
Yeah, right?
Part of my job, Jim.
Fair enough.
Now it's just a matter of why. What happened? I'll tell you, it is in the middle of nowhere. That is probably the worst place a plane could crash. And since it wasn't even supposed to be near there, I don't know. Pilot, what do you got?
Objects. Each MAS success is in the vicinity, and it is possible that the objects could be received within the next few hours or by tomorrow morning at the latest.
Oh, yeah? Is it reasonable?
One as a gray or green circular object, the other an orange rectangular object, both located in the search area about 1,500 miles southwest of Perth, Australia. This discovery made after another sighting earlier in the day, a Chinese search team spotting suspicious objects in the southern Indian Ocean.
These objects are not in the vicinity of those which were identified by the Australian authorities last week.
Also this morning, new information about the cargo aboard Flight 370. We now know it was carrying 200 kilograms of lithium batteries.
Those are considered to be non-hazardous under the ICAO or IATA, because as long as you pack them in a manner that's recommended.
And over the weekend, new details emerged about Flight 370's path. A source close to the investigation tells CNN military radar tracking the flight between 1:19 and 2:40 a.m. shows after the plane made a sharp left turn, it then dropped as low as 12,000 feet in a high-traffic airspace before disappearing from radar. This same source says the flight's turn seems to be intentional, since it would have taken a Boeing 777 2 minutes to execute that maneuver. Malaysian authorities say they are not ruling out foul play.
Other leads that show, which relates to no ransom note, no groups claiming to be responsible, leads to further speculation.
Man, what's up with the lithium batteries, man? Why is that a bad thing on
Yeah,
flights?
those things are pretty good and explosive. They tend to get a little hot and burst into flame sometimes.
Why, though?
I don't know.
If they're just packed properly and...
If you got a short circuit in one of them.
Right.
You know, if they're manufactured all fucked up, maybe.
But if you need batteries over there, can't those people just build their own fucking batteries at this point?
No,
Why are we still shipping batteries around?
Asia's got a lot of batteries over there. They love their batteries.
Can't get enough of them.
It's like what they use in a lot of remote control cars and toys and other things. So, I don't know. Maybe a little fire action. But then again, yeah, that doesn't explain why they didn't radio with a distress signal had been sent.
Plenty of unanswered questions.
Yeah, they need that flight recorder. That'll tell them.
They're going to get it.
Yeah, they'll probably
it's going to be tough.
find it. But
they'll figure out the drifts and crap and the currents out there. And
13,000 feet underwater, though, that's going to be a little tough.
Yeah,
but
one of
they
those
can get it.
submersibles.
They'll get it.
You need James Cameron. He'll do it.
No, you don't
He'll
need
go
James
down
Cameron.
There. James Cameron always goes down in those
James
submersibles.
Cameron!
He'll do it. He'll
come
swim down there.
No bodies are floating, though.
The sharks got him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yes, Ken?
Can I say something?
Sure.
Everybody cares about the plane, but nobody cares about the civil unrest in Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah,
That is true. That's true.
You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a much bigger story for the world.
Yeah. Why is that? Everybody's focusing on the plane and not that.
Well, because
we all fly.
Obama looks weak.
Oh, boy.
And if you look at the debates from the last election, when Romney said that our biggest socio-political enemy will be Russia, and then Obama turned around to him and said, hey, the 80s called and want their foreign policy back.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Ew, like a little
And
fat
now
girl.
he's dealing with Russia right now because he's got no foresight. The people around him have no foresight. He's surrounded himself with the people that are as inept at governing as himself. And, well, what happened? Oh, Romney, what an idiot. He saw what was going on in Russia. Apparently we did, too, back in like 2008. I think we said something about Putin and Russia and his little invasion tactics.
America or
we
us?
Did.
Me and you?
On this very program.
Jim Norton?
Yeah.
Nice.
We were talking about it.
I said it.
Yeah.
How come...
and I said the Chinese are coming, and then that's pretty obvious, too.
Well, that is.
So.
Why do we care about Crimea? It's not our business. Let Russia do what they want. I don't care if they take the whole... literally, if they fucking start going into Paris, we should fuck off and mind our business.
Because they're good people.
Oh.
Fuck them.
We care about the good people.
I think it's agreements with our NATO allies that can't be fucked with. You know, because in the end, what do you have but your treaties on this planet? All these little countries.
You got to kind of.
So if a NATO country gets a little fucked over, we got to step in and say, hey, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
I don't care either.
We have to deal with the rest of the world now.
I would love a Soviet Union back again.
Yep.
It was a lot more secure, just having a bunch of nuclear missiles facing each other, and because it kept all these other little shitheads in check. The Soviet Union, oh boy, did they keep people in check.
And all those countries had two options.
Yeah.
You can either be nice to us, or you can deal with them.
Right.
And that was the option. But then all of a sudden, the Soviet Union goes away, and America's a big bunch of cunts.
Yeah,
so I'm happy to see them returning. I mean that. I hope they are the motherfuckers they were.
You'll,
in the 60s
you'll never
and
see
70s.
it to that extent. I mean, not going to. We're not going to be in charge of Poland or anything.
I wouldn't care if they were. I like Polish girls though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fat
juicy.
pussies.
Oh man, I love Polish pussy.
Let's end with that. Polish pussies.
I have to plug.
Yeah, go Jimmy.
Tampa.
Go, man, go.
The 11th and 12th, I'll be at the Side Splitters Comedy Club in Tampa. And then April 24th through 27th, I'll be here in New York at Caroline's. You can go to carolines.com for tickets. I have an hour of new material.
Wait, when is that?
April 24th through 27th.
We're getting there already. Great.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Everything that made today unforgettable. Call 866-WOW-1-WOW now. And look back on another legendary day of broadcasting. This is the Opie and Anthony Post Show with Sam Roberts.
Sorry for the delay. 866-WOW-1-WOW. We are live with the Post Show on a Monday. I had to meet up with the Hulkster. He just got finished doing Sway's show, and I had to go and find him to get some production for the channel. Wait till you hear what we have for the channel. A little Hulkamaniac is going to be very happy.
Yeah, and
special shout-outs, Roland. Did you like hearing that?
I didn't get shout out, but somebody did.
866-WOW-1-WOW is the phone number to call. Big guest day on the Opie and Anthony show. Hulk Hogan was great. Dominic Monahan was great again. And Bobby Moynihan. How many times, Roland, do we have to tell Opie and Anthony to take a guess before they'll take him?
Many.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think they finally believe me that he's a fan of the show.
Yeah, and he was telling me when we walked down the hallway, he goes, I feel so weird talking to them.
It's so funny because I've never, most radio shows, especially on the level of Opie and Anthony, are so full of themselves that they'll convince themselves that famous people or other people are fans of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Opie and Anthony is the only big radio show that not only doesn't believe that celebrities are fans of the show, but when celebrities come in, they make them prove it.
Yes.
They're like, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's the case.
Yes.
Yeah, well, what's your favorite bit then? I mean, I would just take the compliments, I would think, if I were Opie and Anthony, but
yeah.
Bobby Moynihan was a great guest.
And Hulk is a buzz around here.
Well, yeah, I mean...
People want to take pictures.
Do they?
Yeah.
You know what the thing about Hulk Hogan is? Because he shows up, and he looks like Hulk Hogan. Yeah. Like, it'd be like if Bryan Cranston were coming in here, except he were dressed up like Heisenberg.
Like he was getting his food order, he goes, I'm going to take mustard. I said, should she order spicy? He goes, yes, brother man.
And were you just so excited?
And then I said, and he goes, cheese. I go, what about Swiss? And he goes, go for chicken. He goes, I like the way you think. So that was my Hulk moment.
E-Rock, big day for you?
Very big day. So excited.
How did it go?
Went very well, at least I thought.
Did you have a question for Hulk already in your head because you knew they would call on you?
I had a couple, yeah.
I feel like you got a scoop, too.
I think so, too.
I think it turned out pretty well.
Nobody knew what he was doing past WrestleMania.
Right.
So now we know he's going to be at the Raw right after WrestleMania, but then he also stated his agreement is for a long time.
That's what he
sent a clip so I can post it to my Facebook.
He said, oh, I'm going to be around here for a long time, brother.
Yeah. Maybe till SummerSlam.
I guess legally speaking, that means, yes, I've signed a long-term agreement with WWE.
Will he be the new general manager of Raw?
Look, you're going way too fanboy inside right now, even for me.
Will NWO come back?
Ugh. Sal.
Who's that?
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
That's what I mean. I look at Sal and I go, okay, we're officially in the zone where Sal's like, what the fuck are they talking about? I can't have that.
I care less that Hogan was here today.
You cared that Hogan was here today.
I like...
On some level.
I really didn't,
He didn't.
Oh, wait. You know what?
He did not care at all.
You know what I forget?
What?
Sal's like 15 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
Like anybody who is actually, like any adult, would care to some level, even if they don't like wrestling.
Right.
Because it's like Alf coming in. It's like, that's the
That
guy.
would be exciting.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, Roland, you're not a wrestling fan, but the Hulkster's here. It's a little exciting.
As a kid, I bought the tape. It looked like a record of I'm a Real American. That song.
That's bad.
I was a little Hulkster, and then...
But you know what it is, too? In 2014...
It's the same.
He looks like his action figure.
Yeah.
And when you have somebody who you bought their action figure when you were a kid, and they come in still looking like that, that's exciting. Sal was buying, like... I mean, he's too young for Power Rangers.
He was buying Pikachu.
No, dude, I love Power Rangers. But
Sal is still buying action figures.
Yeah, that's true. If no, not at all. If like the Edge came in or the Undertaker, I would actually